Hello, everybody. You guys ready for a stream? You guys ready for a stream? You guys ready for a stream? Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Cup of Dusk. I don't know why I'm down here. Guys, it's like I'm down on one knee. Hold on a second. Bam! There we go. Make that a little bit better. Welcome in, everybody. My name's Roy Chiato. Like a macchiato, I'm your coffee fueled host of the most professional voice actor, and I absolutely love working out, in case you couldn't tell. Anyway, hi guys. Oh my goodness gracious! Listen, I just had a little something in my throat, you know. I had a little in my throat. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just, whoo! Oh God, he's dying. Listen, I'm doing my best out here. Don't choke. You know what? That makes more sense. That makes more sense than the other thing you put, Goji. Hi Roy. Hi Star. Hi Junie. Thought we lost you for a second. Never. You can't get rid of me that easily. The only thing I'll lose to is rage from playing Street Fighter 6 or League of Legends. Or Marvel Rivals. I am going to try and get more into Marvel Rivals. So, I would very much like to. Hi, Roy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hi, Junie. Hi, Divi. Hi, Goji. Hi, Fuck's Girl. Hi, Rube. Hi, Snoopy. Hi, Visdon Demand. Hello, Legend Dread. Hello, Daniel. Hello, Mage. Or Trees. No, I won't lose to Trees. I don't lose to Trees. What's up, Sakura? What's up, Tilzens? What's up, Mimimzy? Hi, Hyperion. What's up, Fishy Boy? Roy, I'm going to draw you. You know what? I double dog dare you. I double dog dare you. I just, you know, I'd like to see you try. I actually would like to see you try. Go for it. Hell yeah. I do love that. What's up, Smiley? Hi, welcome in. Roy, how are you today? I have been existing in a time and place. I definitely rage queued a couple too many times in Street Fighter. I tried to do work for the Kamen Rider Agito video, and I did not make as much progress as I wanted to. I was feeling kind of cruddy when I first woke up, so I slept in a little bit, and I slept in a little bit more than I wanted to. So then I was kind of rushing, and I only got like maybe like 5 or 6 pages more into the script. So the script is like almost 50 pages long now, and I'm only on like episode 20. So it's like, this is going to be a long ass video for Kabuto, just because I have so much to say and so much to talk about. It's crazy. I have so much fan art made of Roy, but he'll never know. Why? Gotta post that on social media. Roy Chi art for general art. Roy Chi buns for the spicy stuff, you know? Oh dang, Roy, be sure to take care of yourself. No, I'm busy. I can't. I got stuff to do. I got things to do. I'm gonna draw you as a girl. Yeah, we have Ray. That's why we have why we have Ray as a character. You know, that's just female me. Ray, you know. Oh my gosh, hi Cedric. Gotta remember what Kabuto's grandmother once said. True. True. I'm currently drawing you with personality. We do love us some personality. Cedric has been like super calm. Literally, it just turns into, oh, the stream's starting. Let me come over and say hello. And he has been getting more and more into that recently. Isn't that right, Cedric? Huh? Where'd you go? Cedric! What do you mean? Tell the people. Tell them what you have to say. What do you have to say? Oh! Noisy boy. Damn. He had to let the people know. He had to let the people know. He had to let the people know. Kitty, typical cat, tends to want attention at the worst/best times. Yeah. Meow to you too. Cedric, they said meow. They said brow. 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 Justin Davia. I mean, he doesn't usually jump up in my lap unless I put him there, but then he gets really happy if I put him there. But then he also gets antsy because he's like, you're moving around. I want to be sitting here. But like, I get very energetic when I stream. So, yeah. TGIF next day. Well, yeah, it's Thursday still. Not yet. Life would be so much easier if Roy's cat was president of the world. Whoa. We should have a VTuber pet show? Nah. That's okay. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't want to put Cedric in a pet show. I just want him to vibe. Right? Where'd he go? Oh, he vanished. I don't know where he went. He just vanished. Cedric's very wise. Cedric, what are your wise words for the stream today? What do you have to say? Oh, okay. All right, listen, my bad. Shit, I didn't mean to call you out like that. Shit. It's almost Friday in California. Shoot. Damn. Happy almost Friday, Dust Bunnies. Hi, Lori. We're actually just saying that. It is almost Friday, but it's still Thursday. We still got time to celebrate today. We got stuff to do today. You know what I mean? We got things to do today. Better watch out. Happy Thursday, everybody. It's true. What's up, Gainer? Hey. What's up, TK? Hi. Cedric would instantly get first place in a blue ribbon anyways. Yeah, but that's not... Listen, I think he would. I think he would. However, remember that they said VTuber pet show. That means he's going to go up against other people's pets. Is it fair for me to say Cedric's going to win? I feel like that's just bias on my part. I don't want to be too biased, you know? Today was a good day. I went and got a cute strawberry PJ set. Oh, wait, that sounds so cute. Hey, Core the Clown. Thank you so much for the tier 1. I think that means we're like 15 off the sub goal now. Ooh, maybe like 20, something like that. I wish I was off this weekend, but this is basically the start of my work week. Oh, me too. Today is my Sunday. So I have work Friday through Tuesday. So, yeah. Maybe like pet show and tell. I mean, how is Cedric going to win? If that's the case, I'm 100% biased and I completely agree that Cedric will win. There we go. Perfect. You got to back your boy. Cedric will win. Oh, I'm not saying that he wouldn't win. I'm just saying it doesn't seem fair. That's why we judge. Oh, I see. It's true. 15 off. What is 15 off? What? Question mark? Today was my Monday. Oof. He's cute enough. He always is. He's handsome. He's regal. He's sophisticated. He's the best cat in the... I don't know where he is. Cedric, where'd you go? Oh, there you are. The 25th is National VTuber Day? We have our own day? Since when? When did we get our... When did that happen? When did we get our... Damn. 15 off the sub goal, you say? I think so. Hold on. We're at... I set the sub goal at 275. And right now, it says we're at 259. So... Yeah, 16 off. 16 off. We love and support Cedric in this household. It's true. There's an official VTuber Day. That's what I'm trying to find out. Apparently, it's with the booba. Whoever has the biggest booba. That's what we celebrate. 2026 is wild. It do be a wild time so far. I've been enjoying it, though. Spending time with you guys and making sure that we get to make some great memories together. Today's my Friday Eve. Ooh. Well, I mean, it is Thursday, so it makes sense. Apparently. Damn, that's crazy. Sarah, thank you so much for the 2 months. I appreciate it, booba. Yeah, maybe a little bit. So Vexoria, Vex does, you know, listen. She's pretty stacked. We do love Vex in this house. We do love our snake goddesses. Shout out to Vex. Apparently it's May 25th. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Booba, where? It's a good question. I wish I had an answer for you. Hey, I was also watching Kami before coming here. Hey, what's up, Aspen? We're glad to have you. Thank you. We do love Kami in this house, too. Today's my Tuesday. Nice. First time chatter here, and keep up with the good work. Your videos about Hibiki and Alba Ranger were fantastic. Thank you. I was actually just talking about that I'm working on the Kabuto video. I had to take a massive break for it, which was not... I did not want to take a massive break for it, but finances were not in my favor. And so I opted to... push myself in a different direction financially. And I think since the Abba Ranger video, I am significantly more financially stable now than I was before. So we are working on the Kabuto video now. I'm about 20 episodes, which is about 50 pages into the script. So I would think maybe by August, Kabuto video. Maybe by August, Kabuto video, yeah. Please stand Vex. Yeah, Vex has always been a pillar. Love Vex to death. She's fantastic. Got that vid, boss. Which vid? The Agito vid? Yeah. You got this, Bun Bun? I'm trying. I'm kind of new, but I've been following for a little bit, but I've barely been in streams. Well, hey, welcome in. We're glad to have you, Aspen Nuggets. Hello, Roy. How are you? What's up, Ocean? Hi. Oh, Mr. Chiato. Would you ever do a tier list of fan theories about Power Rangers, like what would be amazing if such and such happened, or oh, this makes sense? I think the only way I would do it is if someone gave me the tier list. Like if the tier list already existed and had like fun pictures to look at or like video bits to watch or something along those lines, you know? Oh my days. I don't know what you're talking about. That's crazy. They're my days too, especially the ones that end in Y. If that's the case, it would be a happy birthday to me in August. Yeah, they definitely take a while to make. I feel bad because like I've talked to Connor about it on several occasions because he pumps them out like so fast. But the ironic thing is because my videos are like twice and sometimes 3 times the length of Connor's, and Connor does all his own work and I pay an editor to do mine. It is our work progress is so different, and I'm like, damn, Connor's so much faster than me. I gotta improve. I gotta get better. I gotta work on my storytelling abilities, you know? Editing's hard, I agree. Hey, Sorceress Zephyr YD. Hey, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody, from the live redirect over on the YouTube side. Hello, everybody. My name is Roy Chiato. Like a macchiato, I am your coffee-fueled host with the most professional voice actor, and I love working out, in case you couldn't tell. Welcome, guys. We're going to be reacting to Marco Satsu's Kamen Rider Agito video in just a little bit. I'm just giving people time to get in here and doing our typical yapping, because we do love some yapping. Connor also has years of experience with making these types of videos. Well, yes. However, I am very critical on myself, as you will come to find. What do you mean I'm not as good as Connor after 2 videos? This is bullshit. I'm terrible at this. I should quit. Literally. Like, that's just the motions that we go through. I'm sure everybody gets those feelings of, man, I'm not immediately perfect at this thing and I have to grow and spend time training and perfecting my craft. This is terrible. I hate this. Thanks for the welcome. Yeah, of course. How was your stream? What were you up to? Don't make us a bonk ya. Do it. I dare you. Blade's base form suit not being yellow? Wait, what? What happened? How I felt about doing art and writing. Yeah, but I'm gonna yell at you guys to do it because you're gonna be amazing at it. Wasn't that a plot in Mystic Force? What? Not being amazing at something immediately and then quitting because of it? Damn, that's crazy. Question, which Power Rangers season uses Agito's footage? None? Because it's Kamen Rider? It's Kamen Rider, not Super Sentai. Kamen Rider Blade's base form suit has yellowed over the years. Oh, I guess I just haven't seen it yet. Me with working out what to do mean it's not easy as soon as I start. Yes, I agree. Dang, okay. What happened? I'm so lost. What's happening? What is going on? Enduring couldn't be me. Huh? Retro Rewind was a good time. Oh, nice. Hell yeah. We love to hear it. We love to hear it. But yeah, I will continue to work hard on the Kabuto video. I wanted to do more Go streams where we could kind of like work together, but I also feel like those are just for me. I feel like they're not maybe the most entertaining streams I could be doing. So it's definitely one of those things of I do it to force myself to work, and they're probably not the best entertaining stream ever. Be nice to yourself or else. Come on, show me what you got. I drew myself as a clown earlier. I got half of the simplified chibi of it done. Not looking forward to getting the fabric of embroidering all the little details on it. Oh God, yeah, that sounds terrible. Let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. Go is a pretty complex game. Wait, wrong Go? Yeah, wrong Go. Have you seen the aged KR Kabuto suit? It's so sad to look at. No, somebody was mentioning it in the Twitch chat about aged Kamen Rider suits. And I guess, was there like a post or something today that like happened, or maybe yesterday that I just didn't know about? Yeah, maged. You specifically. I'm working on that drawing now. Which drawing? Which drawing? Which drawing? Is it the one that I think it is? Is it the one I think it is? New verb to use, maged. True. The one of you. Yeah, but what's the topic? What's the topic? What's up, Timid? What's maged? Also hi. I don't know. What's maged with you? What's the matter with you? I've arrived. What's up, Leo? Or Kane, whichever is fine. Yeah, sure. Hey. I don't know yet. Okay, well, there you go. I'm drawing you with the personality and apple. Oh, we do love personality and apple here. Although I don't have an apple. I do have coffee. I do have me some coffee. Okay, guys, let's pick the candle that we're doing today. Let's go with the candle pick, okay? Let's decide the candle that we're picking today. Last time we had coffee, so we can't have coffee this time. Coffee is out of the question because we already had coffee. You know, we already had coffee. We can't have it. We can't have this little sticker of a dusk bunny though. I got that at WeebCon. A dusk bunny gave it to me. But yes. Have that like right here. Have that like right there in the corner. We've got gay, which smells like cologne. We've got pansexual pride, which smells like ocean breeze. We've got Camp Crystal Lake, which smells like also cologne, but a different kind of cologne. We've got apricot and coconut, the dancer candle. We've got cranberry chutney. Cranberry chutney, yeah. We've got mulled cider. Cedric, please. We've got spiced vanilla apple. My goodness, hello, Cedric. He's so noisy. I vote gay. That's a good pick. We got lemon pound cake, which is the biggest. I mean, we've got like 5 or 6 that are the same size. I like big. I'm a big fan of big. We've got sugared cinnamon apple. Sugared cinnamon apple. And we've got kitchen spice. What are we feeling, guys? Chutney for our king Cedric. Cedric wants cedar? Cider? Cider. Oh, I vote gay, dancer. Pan, vanilla apple, gay. Cinnamon, vanilla apple, dancer. Dancer, vanilla apple. Cranberry. Apple. Which apple? You guys can't just say apple. There's 2 apples. There's spiced vanilla apple and there's sugared cinnamon apple. They're 2 different. You guys got to specify. You guys got to specify. Cranberry, cranberry, gay, cranberry. Oh my God, wait, that's a lot of votes for cranberry. Spice, sugar apple. I vote vanilla apple. Okay. Vanilla apple. Now I want vanilla horchata. Ooh, cinnamon apple. Midsummer Night is best by far. I don't have that one. That wasn't one of the options though. What am I supposed to do with that? Hi, Jazz. We're just picking a candle. Do you want a specific candle? Hi, Jazz. Hi, Jazz. Bologna sandwich? I don't have that scent. Why would I want to smell like a bologna sandwich? Come on. Pan candle? I don't think we had enough votes for the pan candle. I feel like it's between gay and one of the apples. I think it's between gay and one of the apples. So here, let me put these together. We'll assemble the council of candles. We'll assemble the council of candles. assembling. Okay, so we've got spiced vanilla apple, guys. We've got sugared cinnamon apple and gay, which smells like cologne. That's a hard one. You guys have been really split on these. Vanilla apple, spiced vanilla apple, cinnamon apple, cinnamon apple, woodwick or normal wick? Normal wick. Although, one of these does have a woodwick. Is it this one? Yeah, the pan one actually has a woodwick. I was very shocked. I didn't know. Cinnamon, gay, vanilla apple, cinnamon, vanilla. Wait. Vanilla, cinnamon, vanilla, gay. Okay. It sounds like it's going to be vanilla because spiced is vanilla. Yeah. All right. Time for spiced vanilla apple, guys. Spiced vanilla apple. Good evening, Roy. Woodwick for sure. Also, Rip Kenji Oba. Yeah. I'm kind of glad that we're talking about Tokusatsu tonight because of that, honestly. I feel like it's fantastic. Like, to be able to talk about memories and things like that. We're going to put this right here, and then I'm going to move myself over so you guys can look at it. I really like this candle, too, because I like the way the fire glows. The fire glows, I think, very nicely. Very pretty. All right, guys, so the candle tonight is spiced vanilla apple. Yeah. We're just trying to watch at least one Oba episode on Sunday, if I can find any. I know eventually we'll get to it some, because I know he was in Gokaiger as well. Late, but I'm here. Also, yay, apple. Yeah! Yeah, spiced vanilla apple is the flavor that we went with tonight. But also, we're going to be watching the video on Kamen Rider Agito tonight. How many of you have seen Kamen Rider Agito? Hands up in chat. Guys, one's in chat if you've seen Kamen Rider Agito. Two's in chat if you've not seen Kamen Rider Agito. Three's in chat of 3. 1, hands up. Nice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4. Come on, shoot that guy. 2, 2, 5, 1, 1, 1. 3. That's a 3. Damn. 0, 1, 2. Actually, there's a good amount of 1s. I'm surprised. I must apologize, boss, too. How dare you not see every single season of Kamen Rider? You're fired. Oh my goodness. 1 a little bit. 1, 1, 1. There's still a lot of 1s. I mean, 2. Grebbles, why do you hate me? Why me specifically, Grebbles? Why me specifically? Huh? Why me specifically, Grebbles? What is it that you have against me? You play League of Legends? Okay, and? I don't stream it, do I? Unless it's like a big collab with people and friends. What does gay smell like? Cologne. Me? Do you smell like cologne, Grebbles? Damn, okay. What's up, Chelsea? Hi. I don't remember too much of Agito, but I watched it all the way through and it was all right. Yeah, I remember watching it and I remember it being very, I'm trying to think of like the best way to say it. Cause like, I don't want to say that Agito was mid, but like genuinely like mid in the actual sense of mid. Like it was okay. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I think it had good moments. I think it had bad moments. I think Final Agito looked great. I think Gilles' suit looked awesome. I think G3 was pretty cool as a concept. Yeah, Agito was Agito. It's like the best way of saying it, you know? I'd say good, but not the highs of Kuga. Yeah, so it's like if I give Kuga like a high 9, I give Agito like a solid 7. That's how I look at it, like a C. Another Agito. Yeah. Love your Power Ranger swords. Hey, thank you so much. Welcome in, Floof Siren. Hi. Would have loved if the villains actually did something. Yeah, they kind of just felt like monsters most of the time, except for like the one big bad, which is a complaint I think a lot of Kamen Rider seasons have, is like when the monsters are just literal monsters and they don't really have any planning or things around that, unfortunately. It was solid, just not my favorite. Yeah, it's definitely not. I don't consider it D tier. I don't consider it F tier. It's just definitely one of those seasons where like I loved Kuga so much as my introduction to the Heisei era, and then Agito was just not as good for me as Kuga was. All I remember is the monster hand signs. Ooh, maybe I don't remember those. I will say the writers got creative with the ways the monsters killed, like drowning on dry land or pulling someone into a wall. Oh yeah, there was some really cool stuff in Agito. Been rewatching Mighty Morphin, got to the infamous random child in a Megazord fight. Hey, there you go. Kabuto and Zetsu are my favorite. Kabuto is in my top 3 now. It's my number 2. Kuga, Kabuto, and then Blade are my top 3. Zets, I don't want to put in a ranking yet because it's not fair because it's not over. But I think so long as Zets continues on the trajectory that it's on, it's going to be a top 3 for me. Or when they monster stream Soichi for murder. Yeah. I don't remember that too much though. Like I said, I don't remember a lot of the specifics of Agito. I remember like the general plot points, but not the specific episodes. This is why I'm looking forward to this video, because it's been... When did the Blu-ray for Kuga come out? Because I watched Agito shortly after that. It being a sequel to Kuga at the same time not being a sequel to Kuga is a very weird time to me. Yeah, it's because it's like in the first like 15 or so episodes, it really did feel like they were trying to make it a Kuga sequel. However, they eventually do drop that, and I think the show gets better after they kind of drop that feeling. But also, the first half of the show, I just think is kind of... I remember the amnesia plot. I was going to say kind of stupid and kind of bad, but I was like, that sounds harsh. The amnesia stuff with Agito themselves, I was kind of like, ooh. Yeah. Gavu Zets, and hopefully the next season will be the new trifecta. Oh, of like great seasons? Yeah, because I heard Gavu was like incredibly good, like the new peak of Heisei or Reiwa Kamen Rider, which makes me happy. Which one's Trinity? I don't remember. Mine are Build, Den-O, and O's. Oh, I can tell you if you like Den-O, I'm pretty sure you're in the Discord already though, Fox Girl. Don't forget, guys, we are finishing Deca Ranger on Sunday. We're watching the last couple episodes of it. And then the following week, we're going to be starting Kamen Rider Den-O. So come hang out. It is free to join the Discord. It is an 18+ Discord, but you don't expect like... Don't expect spicy stuff on Discord, but it is just 18+ because I just don't want to be responsible for children. Gavu is good, but I wouldn't call it peak, mainly because it falls apart in the last 10-ish episodes. Am I thinking of the wrong season? Isn't Gavu the one with like the food? Maybe. Trinity is form of both Agito and Zi-O. Oh yeah, I just straight up don't remember. Like I said, most of what I remember from Agito are like the general plot points and like some of the characters, because it's just been so long. And since I didn't love the season as much, a lot of it I just don't remember. Oh, I just don't agree with Toku Twitter. Hey, that's fine. I'm also a freak. I hate Faiz. Specifically because of Kaiza. Kusaka. I hate him. He ruined Faiz for me. And I also don't like Jetman. Oh my god. Yeah, Gavu is about snacks, candy, snacks. Yeah, I thought so. I may remember Agito more as it was the last Heisei series O had to play catch up on. Oh, you had to play catch up on. That makes more sense. I thought you were going to be like, oh yeah, O's had to play catch up. Like, what? Question mark? A lot of people treat Build like the best season, but IMO, it sort of gets boring in the second half. I mean, I haven't seen Build, but I also haven't heard like too much about it. What's up, Febe? Hi, welcome in. I don't care about Kabuto the show, at least. Yeah, I think that's the funny thing is like the more I get deeper down the Toku like rabbit hole, the more I find that like opinions start to vary wildly more and more. Whereas like universally Fies is considered really good, or like Jetman is considered really good. I don't like either of those seasons. And then I talk to a lot of people that are like, this is amazing versus this is trash. Very rarely do I get like general consensus on a season like Hibiki, but like even Hibiki with all of its flaws, I still had fun with. How's your day going so far? We vibing. We thriving. We might even just be surviving. Guys, how are you doing today? Chat, Dusk Bunnies, how you feeling today? Can I get a 1 in chat if you're feeling all right? 2's in chat if you could use a little pick-me-up. 3's in chat at 3! The best way to go on a KR show is to have no idea what people's opinions are on the show. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what people think of Deno. I don't know what people think of Kiva. I don't know what people think of Decade. I know people really like Double. So, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 3, 5, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. It sounds like a lot of people need pick-me-ups. All right, guys, this is for you, okay? Welcome to the stream, everyone. I'm so glad to have you here. We're going to have a great night. We're going to be talking about Kamen Rider Agito. And just make sure you got your snacks. Make sure you get some drinks. You know, maybe a cup of coffee to share with me. Definitely a cup of coffee to share with me. Yeah. Strap in, guys. We're going to have some fun. Yeah. Ah! I dropped my phone into the toilet today. Now I have a brick. Oh, get some rice. Get some rice. Now it's 1.5. Wait, go back. Yeah? I'm on episode 6 of Tokyuger. Nice! I haven't seen Tokyuger either, but I've heard really good things. It's in rice now, but I don't think it's working. All right, well, give it some time. The rice has to absorb a lot of moisture. Especially if you dropped it in a toilet, you know? Henshin? We're definitely going to be henshining. Roy, hello, beautiful, gorgeous, stunning, handsome man. Hello, Mutt. Hope you're well. Physical therapy really hurt today. I am sending you all of my best wishes. I hope the physical therapy continues to go well, even on the days that it's hard. My favorite era of Sentai is the 80s. Ooh, I haven't seen any Sentai from the 80s. The oldest season of Sentai I've seen is Jetman. And the oldest season of Kamen Rider that I've seen is Ichigo, ironically. I almost want to spend some more downtime watching some of the older Showa era seasons just to like say that I did, to say that I watched them. But the amount of time that I would have to put into watching them and then also finding them, because a lot of these shows are hard to find. I do have 5 Men on DVD though, because that was from Shout Factory. Doing better today. We love to hear it. How long has Kamen Rider been going? 1971. It turns 55 this year. Yeah. I wonder if while watching Build will team up with a tank VTuber because Rabbit Tank best match. Yeah. 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 I haven't seen Kamen Rider Build, and I don't know anything about Kamen Rider Build, so yeah. Next year, 55th? Well, the 55th anniversary season is next, but we are technically in the 55th year of Kamen Rider. It started in 1971. So, my only experience with Kamen Rider is Dragon Knight. Ooh! That's based on Ryuki. I actually really liked Ryuki. Ryuki used to be in my top 3. Kamen Rider is the same age as my mom. Dang! Guess what I did? You might be proud. Because of fitness, I took a 10-mile walk yesterday. Nice! Yeah, cardio is definitely one of the things that I dislike, but need to do more of. I just really like lifting. The main character is rabbit and tank themed. That's what they're saying. Oh! Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Build, so you got me. I got coffee next to me, Bun. I'll share with you. I also have... I got some coffee still. That's me. What up, Candace? Welcome in. Who's your favorite Ryuki rider? Mine was Zoruda. Actually cosplayed as rider for him. Oh, nice. Probably Ryuki. I have like a thing where I'm like really basic with most Kamen Rider seasons, with most franchises. I usually just really like the main character. Survivor mode Ryuki is so cool looking. Night Survive is also really good. I was going to take a super long bike ride to get from a concert tomorrow, but I was talked out of it and reserved a discounted Uber instead. There you go. Nice, nice. I've got lunch with me right now. What do we got? What's for lunch? Guys, what did you have for lunch today? Guys, let me know in chat what it is that we're eating today. No burger. No burger today. No burger. Ryuga. I'm a sucker for evil doppelgangers. Oh, nice. Wait, I like that. The background for Ryuki Survive was so cool. The background music or just all the fire in the background? Ada Borgir. You didn't share with me? Jazz? The betrayal? You didn't share? The Borgir? Whoa. I can't believe this. Pizza burger. Oh. You didn't share a burger with me either, Grebbles? Pizza, lo mein, I had Subway, okay, cheesesteak, barbecue ribs, a sandwich, a poke bowl, cinnamon bread and apple juice, mashed potato bowl. Wait, that sounds good. I forgot to eat. Go get some food right now. Tacos? Taco Thursday. Hey! Pizza. I just finished dinner. What'd you eat? Paella. I had avocado toast with a fried egg on top. Wait, that sounds pretty good. Salad with chicken? Damn. Sounds like you guys ate better than me. I'm eating strawberry daifuku. What's daifuku? I don't know what daifuku is. I'm unfamiliar. I had pizza for dinner today. Nice. Chicken soup. Ooh. Chicken fingers. Nice. Nice. Enchiladas. Homemade Salisbury steak, parsley, potatoes, steamed broccoli. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. That sounds amazing. Hold on a second. Lemon pepper chicken with bacon ravioli was my dinner. Oh, Roy, guess what? I'm here. What's up? Hit me. I'm still in time. Yeah, we're just yapping a little bit. AYG. We're asking people what they had to eat today. Because some people were mentioning things that they had. Listen, I've always got a burger on the brain, okay? Japanese confectionery with red bean. Oh, okay. I take pride in my cooking. It sounds pretty good. Waiting to get off work to eat. True. Not a bad plan. I feel like that's what I like to do when I get off work too. Have a nice little snack. In-N-Out for dinner? I've only had In-N-Out a few times, but I don't think I've ever had what is usually considered like the pinnacle. I've never had any of like the secret menu items. Pizza and breadsticks. Ooh. Chicken tendies, chicken rice bank. What's your favorite food? I like burger. I like burger. I also like sushi. I also like ramen and udon. I'm really basic. I'm very basic. I am such a basic bitch when it comes to food. I had a Caesar salad and some pretzel bites at the theater. Oh, nice. That sounds good. How you liking Zets? Oh, I love it. It's so good. Every episode, I've had that feeling of like, I have to know what happens next. I have to see the next episode. What's going on? Like that kind of thing. I'm 100% like, I'm obsessed. I haven't enjoyed like a serialized show like this in so long. It's so entertaining. Pizza and Japanese curry are my favorite foods. Ooh, wait, good picks. I finished the drawing of you as a girl. Nice. Hell yeah. Ryder will do that. This is the first season that I'm watching while it's airing too. So I think that's the other big thing. I'm doing that with Gavon Infinity too, because I've never experienced Gavon before. Unfortunately, I can't do it with Super Sentai. Now that Super Sentai is over. For the time being, at least. For the time being. You know? For the time being. Yippee! Man, I'm excited for Agito. But I also really want to... Oh, man, I want that new episode of Zets. Oh, that new episode of Zets. It'll make me hungry. Wait, I do have burger patties in the freezer. Get it. Just a few days ago, true. Show one boob and I'll give Borgir. 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 Jazz. Borgir. Borgir! Borgir! Borgir. Who's your favorite character in Zets? I think it's just Baku. It's like I said before, I'm like such a basic bitch. I'm such a basic bitch when it comes to characters. I know I am though. Like watching Kabuto. Kabuto is my favorite character. You know, Tendo. Watching Deca Ranger, my favorite in Deca Ranger is Jasmine, and I don't know why. Damn, Roy really does love Borgir. Yeah! Listen, I love Borgir. I want more Zets. Why does the passage of time not go faster? Yeah, why didn't they just release all 50 episodes at once? What the heck? Where's my whole season of Zets dropped day one on YouTube? Because Jasmine is an Esper. Jasmine is an Esper. Whenever she touches a surface or an entity, she can read their emotions and brief flashbacks into their memories. Pronouncing it as Borgir, as you should. As you should. Jazz, I get Borgir now, right? You promised. Listen, you promised! Borgir! Have you ever tried Jollibee? No, I don't have any near me. There's none near me in a 75-mile radius. So, SPD Doggy, Kruger, Deca Ranger Doggy. It's hard. It's hard. Like, SPD's is more of a character than Deca Rangers, but Deca Rangers feels more like a commander, like a proper commander, in the way that they work with the team. I like the dynamic in Deca Ranger more because they feel like the captain, they feel like the head. You know, they feel up there. But as a character, I do like Doggy Kruger in SPD more. Yeah. I think so. I wasn't impressed by Jollibee, but it was the one in NYC, so it could just be that spot. Yeah, you never know. It could be regionable. Regionable. It could pertain to the region. I really love Jasmine. They're just so different. Yeah, I really like Jasmine. SPD looks sleeker, but Deca Ranger is more furry. Oh, I don't even think about it like that, because like they're both so unique. I just think about the characters. I'll give you Borgir, give me a moment. Oh! Borgir! Yeah, man! So I've been watching some of your VODs, and I got a question. How many times did you watch Connor's video on the OG 1 through 3 Power Ranger seasons? I feel like I've seen 4 videos of you making people watch it at this point. Not that it's a bad thing, just never seen a 3-hour video so many times before. 7? Maybe 8. And there could be more. Because like, so here's a funny thing. Totally valid question, by the way. And I joke about it all the time, codename Gamma. Great question. Guys, if you want to take this question and clip it, whatever you need to do. I love reacting to Connor's The Weird World of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers because every time I react to it, I feel like I get a new person that comes into my DMs or comes into my stream that's a friend of mine that is like, wow, I haven't seen Power Rangers since I was a kid. I used to love Mighty Morphin, or I loved Tommy, or man, I loved Kimberly, like XYZ. And I love being able to grab those people and throw them into that setting of watching the show and having them relive those memories and things like that. And then even for my fans of Tokusatsu, I have plenty of friends that like Tokusatsu, like Finana. Like Feet, she's a big fan of Kamen Rider Zets currently. She was watching crap, what's it called? What was the most recent Sentai season? I know it's #1 Sentai. Number one. I'm like blanking on the name here. Someone hit me. Gojuja, thank you. I can't believe I could remember number one Sentai and I couldn't remember Gojuja. Just a brain fart. But I love bringing in more people to it. And this is a little bit behind the scenes. Listen, this is a little bit behind the scenes. You guys may have noticed that the groups are really, really, really far and wide apart in terms of when we watch videos and which groups get together. I would love to just sit down every week or every other week consistently and watch Connor's newest videos. I would love to do that. Unfortunately, scheduling's hard. You know, we're all adults. We all have our lives going on. We all have the content that we want to make. And it's hard to always be on for these videos. And that's another reason why I like having so many different groups. Because if group A can't do it, maybe group B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P are available. And that's why I really, really like having so many people reacting to the first Connor video, because then we get to spread more people's awareness of Power Rangers. People will be more prepared for and excited for when we get the new season on Disney Plus. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. Connor did a video on Gokaiger. Oh, he did? Guys, ring the bell. Paul Revere. Connor's coming. Connor's coming. The British are coming. The British are coming. That's crazy. Imagine that. Where's the V-Ranger squad? Did I not literally just go on like a 5-minute explanation? Wait, did I not just go on like a 5-minute explanation about how hard it is to schedule things? Also, yes, you do sense sarcasm. A lot of people tell me. People tell me all the time about Connor's new videos. Like I'm not friends with Connor. Like I don't follow him on social media. Like I'm not subscribed to him on YouTube. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. I just got here. Then why was your first message all caps? Where's the other V-Rangers? Who's Connor? I'm gonna throw something. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. It's just there's so many people that come in and like are like, when are you reacting to the next video? When are you reacting to this video? Roy, did you see Connor put out this video? Roy, Connor did this video. Roy, react to this Connor video right now. And I'm like in the middle of doing something, or I'm like mid explanation. I'm like, guys, I'm going to. I promise you. It's just it takes time. It takes effort. I wish that I could have all of the groups together. I literally just gave this whole explanation. I wish that I always had every group always on standby, that week after week or bi-weekly we could just sit down and watch whatever series that we need to watch next. You know? Do you have the notification bell rung for Connor? I don't think I have notifications bell rang for anybody, but I do watch his Twitter feed pretty often because I usually stick on following tab. So I always see his stuff. You can literally go and check every single Connor announcement video for the past like year and a half, and you'll see me commenting on it every single time. Who's Roger Rabbit? Let me know when you find out. He's the GOAT. Yeah, we talked about him a little bit. Okay. We talked about him a little bit already. Man, I love Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Man, that's a good one. I volunteer as tribute if you need people, though not sure you really need a semi-well-known Sonic modder. Nah, hey, you're good. You're good. For now, I'm sticking with people that are like friends of mine. I have expanded the circle like a little bit, a smidge, un poquito. However, I also don't want to only do Mighty Morphin reactions, so it's very much a I gotta make sure I get some other ones in there. That's why I like the Shia Papama Basil group. I am chomping at the bit for us to get to In Space. Thank you for all the smiles you brought, children. Kenji Oba. Yeah. I actually quote retweeted it too. Like the news. I've never seen Gavon and I've never seen the Sentai that he's been in, but it's impossible to not know about the impact that he had in Tokusatsu. So the GOAT of the Zordon era, yeah, absolutely. I've been hyping it up for a while with them too. I'm really excited for it. Yeah, In Space with that group is going to be great, especially because they love Bulk and Skull. That group loves Bulk and Skull. He's in Hurricaneger. Yeah, he has one of the Shurikenger appearances, right? What about TMNT? I like TMNT. I think TMNT is awesome. Michelangelo is my favorite turtle. But I don't know anything about it, and I don't think I have the spoons to dive into another franchise right now. Yeah. I forgot about the crossover episode with TMNT. Oh my goodness gracious. I made a patty melt. You want one? Borgir? Borgir. Cedric Borgir? Cedric Borgir? Hey. Cedric agrees, Borgir. Cedric agrees, Borgir. He agrees, Borgir. Where he's growing the cult? Yeah, I'm trying. Is Iron Mouse a possibility? Always. I love Mousy. I think it's down to her and her schedule. I have invited her officially, but I think she's just busy. You know, I would love to do stuff with her, but you know, like Cyclothon just finished. You know, she's got, you know, she just did her Final Fantasy 14 event. She's a busy person. You know, she's a busy woman. She's a busy mouse. Yeah. A collab with Mouse. Mouse loves Power Rangers and Tokusatsu. Like I said, I would love to do anything Power Rangers or Tokusatsu related with Mouse. But it just comes down to scheduling, and which I've been talking about like all night. Oh my goodness. Borgir for Cedric? Nah, he doesn't need a Borgir. I'll eat the Borgir for him. Do you like the fan theory that Skull ended up with Kimberly? I think it's cute. I wish there was more weight behind it rather than just a fan like shipping. Mouse is a huge fan of Toku. Oh, I know. I saw a recent clip where she was explaining Gavon to Connor. So, yeah, imagine adulting. Imagine being an adult. Maybe when we get to Wizard. How far away are we from Wizard? It's Den-O, Kiva, Decade, Double, Geats? No, wait, not Geats. Gaim. Gaim? Geats is way later. I just got the G mixed up. What is it? O's Forze. Oh. O's Forze, Wizard, and then Gaim? Listen, I don't know Kamen Rider that well yet. I've only seen like 12 seasons, guys. Which sounds crazy to say. I've seen Ichigo V3. I swear I've seen X, but when I went back and tried to think of it, I couldn't remember a single thing about X except for the Henshin sequence. Black RX, Kuga, Agito, Ryuki, Faiz, Blade, Hibiki, Kabuto. Yeah. Those are the ones I've seen. Yeah. Just that Toei established a gaming division. Yeah, I saw it in the giant like Kamen Rider announcement that they had. That they have like 4 Toku divisions now. Locke sounds kind of like Roku. I mean, at least people are spoiling future seasons. Oh, I mean, it's like stuff that I won't remember though. And like I can see a lot of this stuff kind of like through the zeitgeist. You know? Like I know Double is detective themed. I know I've seen the Double Henshin sequence. I think I know O's is the 3 coins. Like I know that. I know X-Aid is like the video game doctor. I know Gavu is like the snack. Like I know some of the stuff, you know? Zet says Henshin. Are you sure they don't say Tenshin-da? The many Futopii. Futopi clips online. Yeah, there's so many. Kuga, Agito, Ryuki, Faiz, Blade, Hibiki, Kabuto, Den-O, Kiba, Decade, Double, O's, Forze, Wizard, Game, Drive. Drive or Driver? I thought it was Drive. Ghost, Exade, Buildo, 01, Saber, Revise, Geets, Gavu, Zetz. There you go. Something that might be good for content for you is like rank Sentai Ranger teams that are from other media, like the team they have in Miraculous Ladybug or the team from Go-Go Loser Ranger. Actually, that is something I kind of want to do on the first part of what you were saying, because I'm trying to get back into doing like weekly Toku content. It won't always be a group reaction. Sometimes it'll be like me solo, and it'll be like, I'm going to rank and talk about the comparisons between Zyuranger and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1. And that could be like something. I'm like how I like each Ranger in each role kind of thing, you know? Rank them in that regard. One thing I sometimes do is rider quizzes where you guess every rider name, and I always get stuck on Hibiki because there's so many one-off riders. Yeah. Hi, Thorn. Hi, sweetie. When you get to Decade, the order of the first 10 Showa will be imprinted in your brain forever. Trust me. Ichigo, Nigo, V3, X, Amazon, Stronger, ZO, Sky Rider, Z Cross, Black RX. Did I get it? Listen, I don't know the orders yet. Sentai I got. I did say Zio. Where's Shin? Well, I was just counting the series. I wasn't counting the Shin. You know, I wasn't counting any of that. Wait, Kamen Rider seasons. Let's look at it. Okay. Ichigo, Nigo, V3, X, Amazon, Stronger, Sky Rider, Super 1, Zet Cross, Black RX, Shin, ZO, J. There we go. ZO is after Decade. Oh. Wait, no, the movie. ZO. The movie. Or is that pronounced differently? Oh, Z-O. That's what I was thinking of, but not the other. Oh my gosh. Z-O. Got it. So Showa era Kamen Rider, I watched Ichigo, V3. I swear I watched X, but don't remember anything about it. Black and Black RX. And then I immediately jumped to Kuga. Because I was, after V3 and X, I was definitely starting to feel burnout from Showa era. So I was like, I need to move on. So I went to Black and Black RX because it was a massive jump. And then I was like, all right, cool. I really liked Black and Black RX. Let's go to Kuga. So Showa all blend together for me. It's like Shocker shit all over again. Yeah. It was Shocker like so many seasons in a row. V3 is my childhood rider. I saw a lot of people say that. It's unfortunate because I liked V3 to some capacity. I really disliked Rider Man though. I did not like how he was written. I didn't like how they handled him. I didn't think that his hero status was earned by the end of it. It felt like they didn't know what to do with him and they didn't know how to extend the show. So they kept having like Rider Man fuck up. Then it's like, well, I guess the show is going to go on for a couple other episodes. Oh, Rider Man messed up again, man. Guess they're gonna have to go find Shocker's base a different way. You've probably seen it. You can do a trip to Mount Iwafune and get photos with all the explosions. Wait, that'd be awesome. Masked Rider. No. No, thank you. When can we watch Peak? Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. I'd have to find a video on it. I also haven't seen it. Furbus, eat me. Showa Era Rider can get a bit messy and all blended together. Showa Era Sentai, though, is another beast. Yeah, it's funny because, like, I've talked about Showa Era Rider plenty of times, but I've never heard people talk about Showa Sentai, which is really funny to me. Yeah. I'm not familiar with like a lot of people that talk about Showa Sentai. Like, people talk about 5-Man and Jetman, and those are Heisei. But those are like the oldest seasons that I'm like, I have Junction next to. I've heard Live Man, I've heard good things about too. Live Man, I've also heard good things about. Still don't know why Rider Man is considered a main rider. You got me. They even say it like in canon, like in V3. You know? Like 5-Man. Watching him into the show Arrow reminds me of my dad watching classic Doctor Who. I've heard that comparison a lot too. I've heard that you can make the argument that Doctor Who is a toku show, and I kind of really like that. You know, I'm kind of really here for that. I'm kind of really here for that. When is the Doctor going to Henshin? When is he going to say Sonic Screwdriver? Changeman and Flashman are great, although I'm biased because Brazil Live Man is also really good and Sun Vulcan is peak. Yeah, but like nobody was talking about like older Sentai until we brought up older Sentai. You know, people are like, "Oh, you should watch Gokaiger." Like, wait until you get to like I just don't hear people talk about Showa era Sentai the way I hear people talk about Showa era Kamen Rider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 woman. If you had a Power Ranger and a Doctor Who set, you wouldn't even bat an eye, probably. Rider Man is a main rider, but not tackle is some BS. Kind of love the 70s. Too much CGI, not enough in real life props. Yeah, I would probably say that. Rider Man baiting Kamen Rider. Wait, being Kamen Rider number 4 is definitely early installment weirdness. Yeah, I agree. Because, like, Ichigo and Nigo being 1 and 2, it happens in the show and it's a major plot point and it feels earned / fine. But yeah, V3 and Rider Man being number 4 is just kind of... Which is weird because so many people hype up Rider Man. I've mentioned before, I don't dislike Rider Man, but I don't like them, if that makes sense. I'm very indifferent towards them. I don't think they're great in V3. I have been told that he gets redemption later in other seasons in like arcs. The only rider with a half mask. That too. I really don't like the suit and the mask. I dislike Rider Man. Yeah, you got it. You nailed it, Belmar. You knocked it on the head. Now, speaking of things we dislike, I don't think I dislike Agito either. So, instead, why don't we dive into Agito? We'll talk about Agito tonight, since that's what the video is that we're watching. I should probably pull up the video, shouldn't I? Marco Satsu, Kamen Rider Agito. Ready to go, Katsuro, Kamen Rider Agito. Like that, right, guys? Like that? Have you seen the American Dynaman dub? I have not. Is that one of the joke dubs? How many candles do you have? None ya. Skipper whip. Okay. Let me pull the video up. Wow. I found the video, guys. You guys ready to go? Let it go, count it all. Kamen Rider Agito. Anyway. Guys, welcome to Kamen Rider Agito. This was the season that came out in 2001. It's its 25th anniversary this year. I heard that they're doing an Agito movie. I almost wish that I could do a video on Agito as well, but it's been so long since I've seen it. So we're going to go ahead and watch Marco Satsu's video. Now, Marco Satsu, thank you again for letting me react to your content. I don't know if you're watching this video yourself, but if you are, thank you. Guys, remember to go check out Marco Satsu's channel on YouTube. Yeah, good times. Good times. Good times. All right, let's dive in. The history of / retrospective series is a review from my own personal, unprofessional opinion. Spoilers ahead. Well, I mean, you were pretty harsh on Kuga, but I don't think any of the points that you made were bad. So I think we could have a conversation. You know, we're talking about the things that we like. This isn't like fundamental right and wrong. This is Kamen Rider. Let's enjoy ourselves. I forgot he had an intro. That's cool. I know some of these are seasons that I haven't seen yet. Okay,
Kamen Rider Kuga was meant as a stepping stone for their franchise's return.
Yeah, and we definitely knew that. I think we talked about it in the last series, because we talked about the different Kamen Rider series that have been out so far. If we're looking at the Showa era specifically, we had Black and Black RX were 87 to 89. Those two seasons were 87 to 89, or specifically 87 to 88 and then 88 to 89. But then we had the three movies afterwards, which were Shin Kamen Rider ZO, you guys said is how you pronounce it, and Kamen Rider J. Now, after that, because those three movies were so poorly received. Oh, we got a raid! Hey, Lyra! Sorry, I was nerd yapping. Thank you so much for the raid. What's going on, raiders? Hi, everybody. My name's Roy Chiato. Like a macchiato, I am your coffee-fueled host with the most professional voice actor, and I love working out, in case you couldn't tell. Welcome in, guys. Hi, guys. What's going on today? How was your stream? Where are we up to? You guys made it just in time. We're just starting the video. We've been yapping for almost an hour and a half. We're just starting the video now. Hi, Rory and Chad. Hi. Hope you guys like Kamen Rider. We're watching a retrospective and history of Kamen Rider Agito. Yeah. I'm a huge tokusatsu. Is nerd too generic? I'm a huge tokusatsu butthead. There we go. We'll go with that. Or you're a voice actor? I am indeed. Enthusiast. Wait, I like that. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Might be cooking. Bakatare amazing. I might be cooking. Lyra, what were you up to tonight? Welcome in. What does that say? I can't read the over the screeching. Oh, hey, babe. Should I try making that sound? I'm a little nervous. Enthusiast is good. I do like enthusiast. Enthusiast is good. Must expand your vocab. Listen, I spec'd all of my points into himbo. I did not spec any of my points into int, okay? Otaku? I don't know if I fit the otaku, you know? What's that one Gianni video? I have no idea what you're talking about. Wow, Roy, what? I don't think I fit otaku. Anyway, let's get back to the video. Yeah, so we talked about how Kamen Rider took a bit of a break after Kamen Rider J, because the three movies that they had come out with, which was Kamen Rider Shin, or Shin Kamen Rider Prologue, whatever. I don't freaking... The vernacular on it always confuses me. But Shin Kamen Rider ZO, and Kamen Rider J were, I think, commercial failures, essentially. And after the commercial failures that they had with those, they were hesitant to continue with Kamen Rider. And then they finally did after, I think it was a 6-year gap between J and Kuga. Yeah, 1994 to 2000. And then this was the follow-up to Kuga, which single-handedly revived the Kamen Rider franchise. So, yeah.
And luckily, it did well enough in numbers, so another season was greenlit. The drama was great, the toys sold enough, and women were all over Gear's portrayal as Yusuke Godai.
Yeah, let's be real. Godai Yusuke, the GOAT. Attractive, good man, almost a himbo, just doesn't have the muscle for it. Freaking the GOAT. I wonder how Super Sentai would make a comeback. I don't know, maybe give it a couple years. I think maybe a problem that they're having now, and this is a conversation probably for another time. I don't think Gavan Infinity's toy line is doing well, whereas Kamen Rider still is doing well. So how they've made Gavan Infinity and the intent to sell toys has been like not good, is like the best way that I can describe it. It's a shame too, because like I think I'm finally starting to enjoy Gavan Infinity, and I keep seeing posts on Twitter that are like, man, Gavan Infinity's toy sales are doing super bad. Aficionado would be bad. Yeah. They're playing it safe like Ultraman with a short episode count. Oh yeah, I heard it's only going to be like 20 something episodes. I mean, that'll make it easier for me to make a video. God, I really need to blitz through this freaking Kabuto video. Let me tell you. Anyway, back to this.
On the surface, the next season seemed similar and the connections were pretty obvious at first.
Yeah.
However, Kamen Rider Agito would grow on its own without having to be compared to Kuga. They're meant to be different with more Kamen Riders, more action, and of course, more drama.
More drama sounds about right. Agito had an insane amount of drama. And I mean, like, the first arc is literally everything that happened with the boat, right? And, like, the memory loss issues. Yeah, more toys. There you go.
We start with Trash on a Beach, which may or may not be a sign of quality for the season.
Whoa! Listen, I've already made my opinions of Agito very clear that I'm, like, in the ballpark of, like, a 7 out of 10. You know, I'm in the ballpark of a 7. But calling it trash feels a bit rough.
Legal purposes, that is a joke.
I also see a kid
Okay,
playing
fair.
with this strange mechanism.
Fair.
Elsewhere, a man named Makoto Hikawa tests out a battle armor called G3, which
Hey.
is based on a certain someone we know. More on that in a bit. At a school,
Someone we
a young
know.
man, Shoichi Sagami, delivers books to a teacher, Yoshihiko Misugi. Apparently, Shoichi isn't a very good cook, as you can tell by the teacher's reactions when he says Shoichi's gonna cook dinner tonight. That's something I wish we didn't have in common.
What, not cooking well? Mark, listen, I know this video is like 8 years old. Wait, how old is the video? I know this is a 6-year-old video. I can teach you how to bake. How about that? I'll teach you how to bake. How about that?
Misugi is looking after him, since Shoichi has amnesia. Others in the Misugi household is his niece.
I'd give Agito more like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. I think I gave 7. Like, my scores can always change too, like as time goes on. Like, 5, I think I gave 5 as a lower score. Mainly because like it's stuck with me, the things that I didn't like. Where Agito is like, it's just an it's an season, you know? It's just which is why I'm like, ironically, a 6 or a 7 out of 10 feels right. When first watching Agito, I remember really liking it over Kuga, but over 10 years later, I can say Kuga sticks with you a lot longer. Yeah, like I think of all like the big moments of Kuga. And the big things that I think about from Agito are how stupid the first half of the show is with the amnesia thing because it just wasn't fun. How maybe annoying the belt sound was when the henshin happens, because he always takes like a solid like 10-15 seconds to henshin where you just hear, you know, little freaking belt. Gila's was cool, but I think badly misused. The suit was dope. Yeah, the breathing was intense too. The forms are cool. The suits look dope. I'll say that. Yeah.
Mana and his son, Taichi, who I'm never gonna bring up, but has some pretty funny sarcastic moments. Don't worry, our name drops aren't finished yet because we also meet a swimmer named Ryo Ashihara. He seems
our
pretty
boy.
normal until he gets a headache and starts to drown. The mechanism from the opening was taken to a research facility and his gears stop moving. Then, a monster kills a civilian and stuffs his corpse into a tree. Golden chainsaw for best kill, anyone?
I mean, it is pretty messed up, but it is also pretty cool that we get to see the monsters doing some like pretty crazy hectic stuff right out the gate. I will give props to that for Agito. Also, monster designs. I do remember really enjoying it. Yeah.
Hikawa investigates this incident, but another officer named Hojo tells him that this has nothing to do with unidentified life forms. Alright, we gotta get into this. Actual continuity in early Heisei. Well, sort.
It's crazy too, because I'm pretty sure the most recent episode of Zets referenced this. Someone pointed it out when we were watching it, where like someone was like, oh, is that an unknown life form? They're pointing at like something that happened in the episode. I don't want to spoil it too much, but I was like, wait a minute, Agito? Yeah, because of the 20-year anniversary movie, 25-year anniversary movie. Agito turned 25 this year. Yeah, it did. The policeman was a new character in the Agito movie. Gotcha. I didn't even know it came out yet, but yeah, we still need to watch it. Damn. We're gonna have to watch it. Just like we still need to watch the Kaku Ranger 30-year anniversary movie. Man. I really want to watch the Kaku Ranger 30-year anniversary one. I'm sure it's great. I've heard great things.
It's mostly agreed upon that Kamen Rider seasons exist in the same world, with some exceptions.
Yeah.
A weird gray area is with Kamen Rider Kuga and Agito. The monsters in Kuga were designated as unidentified life forms, which is what Hojo just referenced. However, this reference was dropped hard after only a couple of episodes.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about that before too, that like they set it up to be a sequel to Kuga, but then like eventually got rid of it, and then they just started calling them unknowns, I believe. Oh, yeah, and the Deca Ranger 20-year movie. Plus all the other stuff that happens in Deca Ranger. Yeah. I actually forgot about that we still have to watch the Deca Ranger movie. Mods! Can we make sure that we have the Deca Ranger 20-year anniversary movie ready? I totally forgot about it. Just like I almost forgot about the Abba Ranger one. To give you guys context, which we made a joke about it in the Abba Ranger video. If you haven't seen it, !YT on Twitch, or if you're on YouTube, go check out my Abba Ranger video. There's a section at the end where I go, oh, I totally forgot there's 20-year anniversary movies now. Oh my God, we should talk about the Abba Ranger 20-year anniversary movie. And then we did. And then it was dope. Yeah. I gave it like the same score that I would have given the series, because it just felt like more Abba Ranger, which is a good thing. Yeah. Oh, that's a 10-year anniversary too? Mods! There's also a 10-year anniversary movie. There's a 10 and a 20-year anniversary movie for Deca Ranger? Well, Hurricane Ranger were already passed, unfortunately. Wait, there's two? There's a 10-year and a 20-year? Abba Ranger only got a 20-year. What? Was Deca Ranger just that beloved? Yeah, the Deca Ranger cast will literally show up for anything. I mean, I'm not complaining. All right, I'll put this out here now, too. Deca has a 10 and a 20. Damn. Deca's just that big. So I will say this. Deca Ranger does have the potential to slide into my top 5. Or probably will be top 5. It has the potential to slide into my top 3. My top 3 right now are Kaku Ranger, Time Ranger, Dai Ranger. Those are my favorite 3 seasons. However, Deca Ranger has been really strong, and if it sticks the landing, then it's gonna probably be number 3 under Time Ranger. So, did you watch the Hurricane Ranger 10 and 20-year movies? No, because so at the time, it's not that I didn't know about them. However, I wasn't making videos at the time, so we just moved on to the next season, which I think was Hibiki at the time. So, Deca and Geki are my 2 top Sentai. Okay. Good to know. Anyway, sorry, I keep pausing this video and we keep yapping about other stuff. My apologies. Oh my goodness. All right, let's continue. Ready to Go Kanzero.
and is never brought up again. Luckily, TV Asahi did give an official statement on this connection.
Oh.
The gist of their quote is that you can believe Agito is a straight sequel or a parallel universe.
Oh.
Kuga did happen and Agito occurs after, but it doesn't have to be a direct continuation. I personally don't think it's that deep. Unidentified life forms are just a quick reference. Besides, TV Asahi's statement included that Kuga fought hard to keep everyone's smiles, so a similar conflict happening almost immediately after might make it seem like his fight was for nothing.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Wait, that's so real. Damn. Kind of the Black RX situation. I can kind of see that, but like I think the difference in for that is because it's not the same person. It's just the same world.
It's a nice sentiment, something I wish a certain anniversary season kept, but I digress. Actually,
Anniversary season? Is he talking about Decade? Question mark?
let's have that be the question of the video.
Oh.
What do you guys think about the Kuga and Agito connection? Would you have liked it more if Agito did keep more references to Kuga? Please let me know in the comments below.
I think a little bit more may have helped set it up. I think because Agito's first half, I think, is so weak, in my opinion. I think the second half is a lot stronger. But because the first half is so weak, if they leaned more into the Kuga references and the Kuga world built, it could have leaned more into Kuga for the world building and some character stuff. They could have even brought Godayusuke back, you know, for like a scene or two. Or, you know, like talk about him in passing or something along those lines. Why there's monsters again when he fought so hard kind of thing. It would have been cool to have cameos from Kuga characters. Yeah, I think it would have helped it. Maybe not like stuff the season full of it, but just a little bit more, and then let Agito kind of settle on its own feet because it took them a while from what I remember. Yeah. Ichijo showing up and wearing the G3 suit for an episode would have been peak. Yeah.
Back to episode 1.
Yeah.
Hikawa runs into a monster, so he suits up into Kamen Rider G3. Well, I like the manual transformation. The suit itself is something. You can see the Kuga influences at least.
Wait, why do you say it's something? Wait, what's wrong with the G3 suit? I like the G3 suit. I always headcanon that the G3 suit is based on the Kuga suit. Yeah, it's Kuga inspired. Yeah, I thought that was the point. I thought they were using that as a connection to Kuga because they were like, hey, there's this dude that fought a bunch of unidentified life forms. We're going to base the design off him. I thought that was the point. Is it not? I like the G3 suit. I like blue and silver. It's a cop, you know? I like to call it Kuga police cosplay. I like it. It's more obvious because G1 is Kuga colored. Oh, okay. Maybe just a personal taste. It could be. Okay.
Hikawa is part of a G3 team along with 2 others, Ozawa and Omuro. During the fight, another Kamen Rider appears. The monsters call him Agito. The action dies down and a meeting with the police department goes underway. They question who Agito is, though Hikawa notes that he looks like Kuga, to us known as Unidentified Life Form number 4.
And that's what I was saying. I like that as a kind of like nod to it. I wish they leaned into that a little bit more because they throw it out like a couple episodes in.
He believes these monsters aren't Grongi, but a new enemy, which is why G3 wasn't able to keep up. Instead of being called unidentified life forms, the police will call them unknowns. As if it wasn't obvious, Shoichi transforms into Agito to fight the unknown, while Mana witnesses it. We also see that Agito has a blue form that can summon Rod.
So this is the one that I was a little bit... I'm going to be real. I kind of re-educated myself recently. I forgot that Agito also had alternate forms for weaponry because I just keep thinking of the upgraded Agito form. I just forgot about these. So looking back, and if they were 1-to-1 the same weapons, I think I would feel differently. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, why didn't they just do the same weapons? You know? Like, blue is rod, but then it's like, red is sword? Why didn't they just make purple sword, you know? That's dragon form. How dare they? True. I don't remember them doing this much of the grand scheme. I didn't either. I literally was like, wait, I don't remember changing forms like at all. I feel so bad because like when I was like looking it up and doing like a little preliminary research to remind myself of things, I just didn't remember it because I just remember like the upgraded forms that Agito gets later. So
familiar, and I'll get back to the suit later. Let's see what Ryo's up to. He exits from the hospital and resigns from the swim team. Oh, well, there must be some good reason for it.
Was he a high school student or was he a college student? Because that's something I forget too. I feel like he was a high school student, wasn't he? Agito Trinity is also just kind of there even more so. I think someone said it shows up for one episode because I don't remember. Probably to separate Kuga and Agito's toys, probably.
I'm sure it's just one obstacle getting in the way of his life. Shoichi gets away from his household for a while when Misugi tells Mana about the day he found Shoichi. He was on a beach and all Shoichi had was an envelope. Hikawa investigates Shoichi's house in time for their first real meetup. Then an unknown attacks, so they both jump into action. Without letting each other know, of course.
Yeah.
Remember that weird mechanism from the beginning? Somehow, in some way, in some mystical fifth dimension that I know nothing about, a baby appears from it.
And solar flares. The other thing that I think might at least be worth mentioning is when Shoichi leaves to go on the scene, isn't he like in a trance? Isn't like the first half of the show like he's not in control of his like actions? That he's like, oh, an unknown, I have to go fight it. And like his body just moves on its own, like he's not cognizant of it. Am I misremembering that? And that led to the amnesia as well? He's just kind of autopilot. Yeah, that's what I remember. And I remember hating it. Because I was like, how do people just not know that he's Agito? There's no way. Oh my gosh. Anyway, sorry. Baby in a tube thing.
A baby appears from it.
Yeah.
Don't question it. You're not going to get an answer.
I'm with you.
G3 has needed repairs after every battle, so Hojo calls Hikawa unqualified to be its user. They have this rivalry going on, and the tension increases when Hojo says he knows why Hikawa is even allowed to use G3 in the first place. Hikawa was apparently the hero of an incident where he saved several people who were stranded on a ferry called the Akatsuki, except one person disappeared. The Akatsuki incident is why Hikawa is G3.
I actually forgot it was called the Akatsuki. I don't know why. Is Agito a sleeper agent? I feel like that's probably like the best way of putting it. But I actually totally forgot that he was the person that saved everybody on the ship. It does tie it together nicely though. Like I said, it's just like it makes sense in the grand scheme of things, but mentioning it this early is just world building. Overlord's first appearance is insanely trippy. Okay. Naruto Akatsuki? No, different.
Basically, so he'll keep his mouth shut about it. Ryo and his girlfriend are out on a lovely stroll along a port, as couples do, when an unknown appears. It teleports Ryo to the sky and drops him, but Ryo is able to stop midway, and transforms. His girlfriend runs away frightened.
I mean,
this is why Ryo...
I would too. Like, Gil's suit is terrifying. What's up, wee woo? Hi.
Had to quit the swim team. He's been feeling immense pain from the transformation, and now he feels a new kind of pain when his girlfriend says that they shouldn't see each other anymore.
That's crazy too. Like, brother, you don't know what happened.
Is this the only non-show era rider show that directly connects with another rider show that's not a movie or special?
Decade connects to other seasons, doesn't it? But I guess it's an anniversary season. I would say the anniversary seasons, right? Gilles is a bio writer. I think that's probably the best way to describe it, because it's like, I know his transformation is different than Agito's. So, question mark. His girlfriend's Wendinu from Hurricaneger. Oh, interesting. Welcome back, Vise. Hi.
Remember that baby I mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
It seems like he's already grown into a little boy. Oh, they grow up so fast.
Demon child.
The boy latches onto a scientist and tells an unknown not to attack her, or else this happens. Jeez.
One of the things I did love about Agito is the unknowns had these like halos, and it made it early. I don't think it led to anything, but in my head I was theory crafting like, man, these things are like angel demons, you know? Like there's some sort of divine force here, and I feel like it just never got explored, from what I remember, at least. I don't think religious, no, just Halo for you know, an angel.
Despite Rio being brokenhearted and broken in general,
Yeah.
he finds the will to protect others, even his now ex-lover. He sees an unknown targeting.
Man, I talked about this already. The freaking unknown designs are so cool. Look how freaking dope this suit looks, man. They had such a crazy budget for the suit designs this season. Meanwhile, Gotham Infinity came out in the year 2026, and we get the same monster every single week. Although we do have a lot of Gotham suits, so maybe it balances out.
Her, and then Rio transforms.
I like that. Having them stand
Meet our
side by
third
side.
Rider of the season, Kamen Rider Gills.
Okay, so as an American that does not speak Japanese, I'm sure it's supposed to be gills. However, they pronounce it gilles in the show. What do you guys pronounce it as? Do you guys say gills or do you guys say gilles? Because I say gilles. Gilles. You say gills? Damn. Gills. Fuck. I'm just a freak. My bad, guys. I'm a freak. No, not a single person says Gilles. No. Okay, my bad, guys. I'm a freak. I'll try and adjust. I'll try and fix my ways. I say gills like fish gills, but he's not a fish. I say it how it's spelled. Yeah, I just say it how it's pronounced. You know how they pronounce it in the show. Point and laugh at Roy. No! Listen, I'm just trying to be respectful of the way that they say it in the show. Don't change. Don't tell me what to do. Guinness, you know what? I could go for Guinness, you know? They pronounce decade as decadal as well. Doesn't necessarily make it correct. Yeah, but saying decade also sounds cool. But that's also when they say it specific ways. There are other times where they say decade. You know? Yeah. I say it, but that's crazy. Don't point and laugh at me! Anyway.
We had something mystical with Agito, mechanical with G3, and now something organic with Gills.
Oh, I think I did realize that. I just didn't make Agito out to be the mystical, but I guess that makes sense.
The suit is very jarring to me, maybe because I feel like riders are generally people with an armor-like appearance, but Gills feels like a monster.
He does. Wait, I do like this representation, because that's always how I felt too. That Gills or Gilles always felt monstrous. Man, if Kamen Rider G were longer than just a short special, he could have been a beer-themed secondary rider. That's crazy.
Not a human.
I don't know what G
Not
is.
dissimilar to Shin. Gills' mouthpiece can open up, and that's just awesome. I briefly brought up G3's suit. To put it more in depth, I like the idea of a man-made rider suit. Not bionic like Ichigo or Rider Man, but something you have to put on piece by piece to be called a rider. I just wish it didn't look, janky?
I don't really think it looks janky. I think it would have been better if they just had a henshin sequence that wasn't him sitting in a truck. I do agree with you. There is something off about it, but for me it feels more often the clunkiness of the suit, not the suit itself, but the actions. Like when you watch G3 fighting in Agito, you looking at them makes it feel like they're wearing this heavy, clunky battle armor suit. Whereas Agito and Gills are incredibly agile and, jumping through the air and spinning and kicks and stuff. Whereas G3 is like a mobile tank. So Yeah, stiff. So that's probably like I agree there. Visually, I don't agree, but everything else I just said, I do agree with. And that is I think an unfortunate part of it being 2001 maybe, or maybe just the direction they just wanted to go with. So
For sure, it's the torso bulging out, make it seem like Hikawa missed arm and leg day.
damn. He missed arm and leg day? Don't listen. What about chest day? What about the personality? Listen, you guys know I'm all about the personality, and apparently accidentally taking off my bunny ears.
On the other hand, is mixed for me. It's a nice evolution of Kuga, adding just a little bit more flair, I want to say. The colors are cool, the design is clean, though a bit more armor on the legs would have been better. Agito
it does have a lot of empty space. Like, nothing here, nothing here. It's just knee pads, nothing else on the legs. Because it is Kuga 2.0 suit. I don't disagree with Marcus Satsu here at all. I kind of agree. I think Agito's like Form 1 is kind of... It's like, yeah, this is what I'd expect from like the next suit after Kuga kind of thing. But like, it's not as... It doesn't wow me as much. Bald! Yeah, there you go. I think it's also because like I have, obviously I'm looking back in not a vacuum, and I'm also thinking about the later seasons that I've seen, like Ryuki, like Faiz, like Blade, not as much Hibiki because very different suits, and like Kabuto, and those I freaking love those suits. But yeah, the lack of the leg armor I think especially hurts because like this is just a black morph suit, you know. It's just a black morph suit. Oh my gosh. Night, Timid. Take care. Agito ground form is great. The other two base forms, not quite as great. I'll need to see what ground form looks like again because I don't remember.
Has a couple of forms. Why didn't I bring it up before? Because he already has them and uses them whenever he wants to. There's no arc or how or why he gets them. Shoichi can just do it. Today is the anniversary of Mana's father's passing. He was murdered a long time ago. So Mana...
Ground form's base form? Oh... Don't cry. I literally have been talking about how much I don't remember about Agito. Thank you.
Keeps clippings of the news in her room. Shoichi finds them and envisions something. Although the weird thing being that Mana can see his memories. And they don't look so good.
Oh.
Mana wants to test out this new power to help Hikawa investigate.
Oh.
And he just goes with it, I guess. One thing leads to another when Mana, Shoichi, Ryo, and Hikawa all cross paths to find one person. Shinohara Psycho. She's a diver where Mana and Shoichi find a pot she gathered with the Agito insignia on it.
There is something really cool about this too, and this is something that I wish happened more often, or at least sooner, that the three of them would be like converging onto cases more often. But from what I remember in Agito, and again, my memory is very rusty, my memory is very not on point for Agito. I remember it being, they all felt like they were doing separate things. And then G3 would either be with Gills or with Agito. But very rarely did it feel like all three of them were together all the time. Hi, Jun. More hair gel? I'll show you some hair gel.
Ryo knows Psycho because her name appeared on his late father's notebook that was tied to the Akatsuki. And Hikawa still catfights with Hojo. Psycho explains that there are ruins in the lake where she goes diving at. It belonged to an ancient civilization that worshipped a warrior who had the Agito logo. However, Psycho's brother says that she went crazy a year ago due to the Akatsuki incident, meaning that the story of the civilization may have been made up. Though it doesn't matter now since she may have known too much and is killed by an unknown.
Oh, gotta say it again. Look how freaking cool the unknown designs are. They gave the monsters like really cool looking armor, dude. It's so freaking cool, man. Like, I love the monster designs of Agito. They're so good.
Remember the little boy from earlier? Well, now he's an adult. He got taken in by the police and was admitted to a hospital when a visitor arrives for him. The visitor writes his name as Sugami Sawaki Tetsuya. Oh look, there's a meme of Shoichi and Hikawa sticking their fingers in the mouth of fish. It's how they can tell it's fresh. Yeah.
Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Chat? I do that sometimes. Listen, I don't know nothing about fish like that, okay? I haven't been fishing in a long time. Yeah.
It's still pretty funny with or without context. Mana visits the police station every once in a while to get any updates on her father's murder. She and Hikawa investigate a house when Mana has a flashback of her reading a book about Momotaro and Onigashima. That's a really strange coincidence.
Wait, isn't that Don Brothers? Isn't Momotaro Don Brothers? Wait, it's funny. I don't know anything about it, but like I recognize the name Momotaro. Oh, and Den-O? Oh, I didn't know Den-O was also about it. That's the next Kamen Rider season that we're watching after we finish Deca Ranger, which I'm very excited about. Because people have been recently, since I said that we were watching Den-O, not this week, but like next week is when we're starting it. So many people have been coming out their woodworks being like, oh my God, I love Den-O. Den-O is my top 3. Den-O is my top 2. And I'm like, whoa. I feel like I never heard anybody talk anything about Den-O. And now all of a sudden, all these people are like, I love Den-O. It's so freaking good. But the cool thing is as well, because I never heard anybody say anything about Den-O, I never heard bad things about Den-O, which really excites me, actually. All the main guys in Den-O are based on Japanese folk tale heroes. I'm down for that. I love Japanese myth and lore and mythology and things like that. I think it's pretty cool. I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff. So, I mean, look, Kaku Ranger is my favorite season, and it's all yokai and Japanese mythology. So, Den-O is meh, IMO. I mean, meh is better than bad. I think Agito is meh. So, Tsukihime. Wait, Tsukihime Hero? Oh, maybe out of those are you. So now, maybe? Question mark, huh? Question mark, huh? Oh my gosh. Den-O was the season for the longest time, as in the season Toei would milk the most. Oh. Okay, I see, I understand. You guys know more about me. Wait, know more than me about this. There we go. Words are hard sometimes. Anyway.
Hikawa finds a bouncy ball in a VHS tape, and no, the ball isn't the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
Unfortunately, the tape isn't much help either.
Is it haunted? 7 days?
Because it shows static. Weirdly enough, the ball is actually an inside-out one used for tennis, the same kind of ball that Rio found during his own investigation on someone else. Oh look, there's a meme of Shoichi using the sympathy card to make Hikawa do his chores for him. So Hojo has been a bit of
Is that a thing? Oh yeah, there's so much extra Den-O stuff after the series. I'll take your word for it. Hey, Rivali, thank you for the 5 months. I think it would have been more interesting if the guy rapidly growing into an adult happened across the story instead of just in a couple of episodes. I remember him being super important in Gil's story. And, like, that's it. And then, obviously, like, the stuff that happens in the end. But, like, yeah.
Jerk ever since he got introduced. And
Bro, he's a little bitch like Kageyama is in Kabuto. Zabi.
he decides to formulate the Agito capture plan behind Hikawa's back.
Wow.
It gets the approval from the higher ups, so Hojo thinks of a way to fight him without using G3.
Wow, what a bitch.
Episode 22, Fateful Show.
What? Wait, all of this is just 22 episodes? Wait, hold on a second. Why do I feel like we didn't miss any story beats at all? Wait, real talk? I feel like we didn't miss anything story related whatsoever. There's no way Agito has that much fluff. Does it? Does Agito actually have that much fluff? Whoa.
Down. Due to some poor timing and miscommunication, Rio thinks that Agito killed someone close to him. Then Hikawa arrives as G3 and gets the suit absolutely destroyed to the point where we get a helmetless scene.
I mean, it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
The footage of the fight. Ozawa assumes that Hikawa is feeling guilty over the G3 suit being broken yet again. But Amuto notes that maybe it isn't Hikawa who's weak, but the suit itself.
Ooh, G4 time. I'm kidding.
Ozawa has been gathering data since G3's first deployment. So now, it's time for an upgrade.
G4!
So the next step of Hojo's Agito capture plan comes a draft he submitted for a new anti-unknown system, which he calls V1. For some reason, the TV Nihon subs make it look like it says VI, as in the Roman numeral 6, but no, it's V1. I got all your comments on that, thank you.
I feel like I'm missing something here. But you know what? I'm just going to roll with it.
Although Hikawa already has plans
What's next,
for
V2?
G3X,
V3?
the next project. Hikawa tests out G3X in a simulation, but even that's too much for him.
Ooh.
Hojo scoffs, saying that Hikawa is too weak, so he'll show them what a real system can do once Hojo puts on the V1 suit. The reason G3X is so powerful is because Ozawa added a special AI for it to work on its own. But Hikawa is training himself to fight his own way. Ozawa does have a backup plan for someone else to use G3X.
Is V1 a reference to Gavon? Oh, I have no idea. I'll take your word for it if it is. In my opinion, boring and nothing really happens in the first 30 episodes. That's what I remembered too. And I was saying it like loosely before that the first arc of Agito is pretty like not interesting. Like Agito didn't turn around for me until they dropped the amnesia thing for Agito. So that's what I was like, okay, thank God we can finally stop pretending it's a slow burn. That's what I remember too. But like just seeing literally like we were 10 minutes into the video and the first 2 or 3 minutes was lead in, and then all of a sudden we're on episode 22 and we still have 40 minutes left. Sorry, 30 minutes left.
Omuro smiles happily.
I guess 40.
She visits Shoichi because he's always relaxed and knows he won't fight against the system. With that, Hikawa pleads for another chance. The day comes where it's G3X versus Hojo's V1, which looks kinda cool. You might recognize parts of V1 coming from Metal Hero shows.
Wait, you guys are right. It is just Gavon.
G3X looks awesome too.
Wait, okay. G3X does look way better. I forgot. I did not remember how cool G3X looked. G3X looks sick.
So big and brutal, you definitely wouldn't want to fight against that. During their test runs,
the cooler
G3X
G3
starts pummeling V1 and goes off on its own to fight an unknown. Hikawa pulls out a gigantic gun and is able to kill off the
I
unknown.
do remember this.
During one fight, Shoichi falls into a body of water and gets a vision of a woman in white. He knows who this is. It's his sister. He gets visions of an academy, an ocean, a woman on a table. In a similar way, Ryo reaches his own
recycling old suits.
after investigating some more.
Recycling old suits sounds about right, because I mean, like, I think Toku in general does it a ton. We see that happen, like, even in Kamen Rider. I think they recycle some of the monster designs and use pieces of them for later seasons. I remember Fai's used pieces of the Orphanox suits were from, I think, Agito and Kuga. I feel like I remember seeing like pieces of them being just repurposed, which, I mean, they looked cool. I didn't have a problem with it. So Kamen Rider Shinobi used kit bashed build suits. Oh, interesting. Everyone's done it at some point. Yeah, it's like Power Rangers has done it, Super Sentai has done it, Kamen Rider has done it. So long as they do it well, I don't think it matters. If it looks cool, it looks like, follow the rule of cool. Does it look cool? Yeah, we're in there.
He meets more people who are on his father's list that were part of the Akatsuki incident. During another fight, Ryo gets a headache and passes out. One of the men on the list say that they should keep Ryo around until someone named Kino tells them what to do. Oh look, Shoichi uses Trinity form for the first time. I guess he just now figured he could press 2 buttons at the same time. Maybe we weren't supposed to know about it. I gotta ask a...
Is that what you guys were talking about? That he could just press multiple buttons at the same time and then just like never does it again? Yeah. To be fair, I am also poking fun at Kabuto now, because there's like this really stupid weapon thing that shoots like mini Kabuto Zectors out, and then Drake uses it, and I've only seen it twice in the entire season. It may get used one other time, but yeah.
Rhetorical question here. What do you consider to be artsy? It's a very broad and general term that I can't exactly put a definition on. Well, with Agito being only the second season of the Heisei era, there's bound to be some experimenting.
Yeah.
Kuga's fight scenes felt raw, and Agito is about the same, but there are moments where fights are more tightly choreographed. Kuga and Agito's transformation sequences are pretty straightforward. Then we have Ryo and the embodiment of Gills walking in front of a bright light, and Ryo accepting the monster that is Gills.
I like this for a first henshin. I don't like this as a every henshin. Because like this is like a cool symbolic thing where it's like Gills is stepping into the light and Ryo is fading into the background. I think that's dope. But every time is kind of like, I feel like it kind of loses its majesty. And that's where I was saying, like with G3 and G3X, it is kind of, it gets boring after a while to see a dude put on a suit. Like, can you imagine if like Iron Man had to do like the same Iron Man suit up sequence constantly and it didn't like get progressively faster or flashier or something like that? Yeah.
The season has some weird artistic decisions that I don't usually notice in Kamen Rider, such as there being a lot of shaky cam. The writing and pacing feel off.
The shaky
though
cam.
In a kind of good way, kind of bad way. The mystery of the Akatsuki is the main driving point for the show.
Especially the first half. And even then, it's like you as the viewer, I feel like, figure it out before the show tells you, and then are waiting for basically the show to reveal it.
It's why characters are crossing paths and fighting the unknown.
Yeah.
The pacing issue comes in when we have several detours.
Yep.
And then detours for those detours.
That's what I
Feeling
remember.
Like it's taking forever to...
Man, it looks so cool. Bro, I think it's my favorite thing about Agito, the monster designs. Like, look how freaking cool this is. That's so cool looking, man. Oh, I love it. That's cool. Yeah.
Get to the next step of solving the mystery. Hojo's Agito capture plan was set up to be this big deal until the police shoot Ryo and he's fine. Alright, guess it's time to pull out V1, which took a few episodes to get to since the plan was first brought up. The person that Ryo thought Agito killed was someone on his father's list. Our two heroes get mad at each other and then back to work as usual. As much as I call Hojo a jerk, that's basically all he is until his major plan comes in.
With the V1 plan and the one Dr. G homage, I'll take your word for it. Like how most of the monsters are just really cool looking furries. Nothing wrong with that.
I could say the same thing about other characters too, but not in a bad way. Shuichi is a nice enough guy, a bit too naive, but he's happy to just be a maid for his household. Yeah, he's part of the Akatsuki mystery, though he's happy with whether it's solved or not. I actually like that in a protagonist, laid back and serious when he needs to be, especially when fighting the unknown.
So this is where I will disagree. I'm okay with that if the attitude of that character is consistent across the season. However, because Shuichi has that weird feeling of, I sense an unknown, I must go and fight. It's such a contrast, and because it happens for like the first half of the show, it feels like you're watching two different characters, which is sometimes cool, but then it just gets boring because it's like that for the entirety of the time. You know, it gets like annoying. What's the point of being super powered and just loses to plain gun? Damn, that's crazy. I mean, you're not wrong. I think Agito is kind of a boring protagonist, not gonna lie. I think that is the problem, because I remembered liking like the G3 plot almost more, because I was like, I don't care if Agito gets his memories back or not, because it's not like he wants to go out and fight. He's only being forced to because of the Agito bullshit, you know?
Hikawa is also serious when he needs to be. He has funny moments when he's taken off guard with comedic timing. Ryo's serious all the time because he almost has to be. Ryo's girlfriend left him. He had to quit his favorite sport. His dad died, and now he has a mystery to solve so he can get some sort of closure.
Yeah.
My main point of...
Tell that to Kamen Rider Drake? Okay, listen. I have my gripes about Kamen Rider Drake as well, but I think they are consistent in their character, I will say. Ryo getting beaten like Peter Parker. Wait, you're not wrong.
All this is me leading up to
What's up,
4
Steampunk?
words. Yeah, I get it. Ryo and Gil standing side by side with a bright light shining behind them. Yeah, I get it. Hojo telling the audience that everything is connected once Shuichi gets his memories of his sister back, even though Hojo was just trying to solve a rope trick. Yeah, I get it. Shoichi and Hikawa are quirky because they stuck their fingers inside fish. Yeah, I get it. The
Yeah.
man who's currently in the hospital by the police because he was deemed too mentally unstable after growing up in just a couple of episodes and killing off an unknown with his thoughts alone, only to turn out to be the mastermind with the typical monologue of humans are so weak and then Tetsuya Sawaki arriving to say no you. Yeah.
Wait, that's so real. Wait, that's so real. This is like all the problems I had with the show, like like it's coming back to me, like as I watch this.
Absolutely 100% get it. I don't claim to get deep into these shows. I just like to watch Kamen Rider and then generally talk about them.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to start saying something like, oh, the light actually represents Ryo's inner darkness, so now he accepts the monster inside him.
I'm glad you didn't say that. That'd be cringe. Leave that to me. I'll talk about that in the Kabuto video. I actually have way too much yapping in the Kabuto video. Like I said, I'm like almost 50 pages in and not even like just starting episode 20. The Kabuto video is going to be the longest video that I have yet, and it's not even close. It's probably minimum going to be a 3-hour video.
If you like to do that, then that's great. I like seeing other opinions and them delving into something I didn't notice before.
Yeah.
Please keep doing that.
Yeah.
But for myself, I just want to talk about men in spandex fighting monsters.
Whoa, he's in battle armor, thank you.
So what's the main point on top of the main point I'm trying to make? Episode 28, That Summer Day. In a flashback to a few weeks earlier, Ryo takes care of a runaway kid. They learn from each other with Ryo saying, all you can do is live until the end comes. I don't get it.
It's kind of morbid.
One of my favorite sayings is that opinions can change. My first
Ooh, wait, I like that. I've definitely had that happen before, especially with Power Rangers. Also, I'm going to extinguish this candle because it has been going for like 2 hours. So we're gonna kill the flame, guys. Bury the light. Cedric, we're watching Agito. Come on. Lock in, Cedric.
With History of Agito had me feign anger and impatience. After so much time, I realized that I was looking at this all wrong. In a way, isn't everything artsy? Am I supposed to take this franchise at face value? What's the writer's intention behind every word? I don't know, but the action looks great. That summer.
Sometimes that's all you need, though. And I think that can really set apart good seasons and bad seasons for Kamen Rider. At least from what I've experienced, because if they lean too hard into one direction, or vice versa, or sometimes even if they wishy-washy both of them and try and always do the both, it can get very like exhausting is probably the best word. Because if you're always experiencing drama all the time, that it's like, well, I'm not enjoying this. And I think that's what happened to me with Fies. There was constantly drama. There was constantly miscommunication. People, not communicating with one another. And in other shows where there's just only fighting, the fighting starts like one of my biggest things about Hibiki that I didn't like is the monster fights ended up being boring. Cause like I just didn't care about them by the end of it, because it's just like, all right, well, they're fighting some sort of monster again, and Hibiki's gonna go armed Hibiki. Like, it's the same thing. You get burnout, you get fatigue from experiencing the same thing over and over again. There needs to be a balance. There needs to be a reason for you to care. And it sounds like, from what I'm remembering, Agito has like a weird balance of it. So I never really could get into Fies. Fies was rough for me, but this is not the shit on Fies time. This is shit on Agito time. And by shit on, I mean, talk about how it's a 7 out of 10.
Day is my favorite episode of the season. It takes its time to tell a Ryo-focused story. Not everything in his life is terrible. Sometimes it's just one or several bad days. Other times it takes one gentle moment to make everything all right.
That's cool. I wish they had more things like that, because this just looks cool. But I also wanted a proper henshin sequence.
Hey, I've had a few comments before saying that I'm taking the show too seriously.
No, take it too seriously. That's what we do.
And I've had the same amount of comments saying that I don't know enough to understand the true meaning behind the show.
Dude, I feel it. Marcus Satsu, I feel it now. I've only made 2 videos and a ton of shorts and a ton of streams talking about Power Rangers and talking about Super Sentai and talking about Kamen Rider. I get it. I understand it now. And people say the same shit to me all the time. Roy, you missed this. This is supposed to be like this meaning. I feel it. Brother, enjoy what you enjoy. Talk about the things that you enjoy. We go from there.
I guess both are valid, but all I care about is a good show with some fun action. Maybe I don't understand the motives behind Shoichi's naivety, but I like seeing Ryo transform. I can probably write an entire essay about the Akatsuki incident, but I'd rather sit down and enjoy the mystery unfold. This show isn't for everyone. It definitely wasn't for me before, and it doesn't have to be. Some people may not like the pacing, others can get past that just for the suits alone. Everyone has their own reasons to enjoy something or not, and it's all valid.
I like it. Good. Well said. Well said. The real Agito is the friends we made along the way. Mods, shoot that guy!
Oh look, there's the meme of Shoichi using a frying pan as a tennis racket. Episode 31, A Person's Whereabouts.
Okay.
Mana is at a park remembering moments of being with her dad. Then she accidentally breaks someone's skateboard with her power. She continues on and gets kidnapped. Mana wakes up in a stranger's bed. They're people that we've seen with Ryo, the ones who brought up a man named Kino. They're
the ones from the Akatsuki too.
Group of people to be together because they have similar powers. A new guy named Majina arrives. They discuss how they're all related to the Akatsuki incident, except for one, Mana. But that doesn't matter.
Because she's just the powers.
Happy that they have a place to belong together. Remember Tetsuya? He's been chilling with the emo-looking guy in the hospital all this time. Now he's reaching out to Mana since Ryo has been missing for a while. His body has been floating in a river due to a previous battle, so Tetsuya asks Mana to revive him with her power.
Just resurrect him. It'll be that easy. I actually do remember him dying too. That's like the kind of crazy thing is I remember Gills dying relatively early. I guess that's where we are with this point too. I hear the signs from G3's suit-up sequence in my head. It's so weird hearing them say Akatsuki with no Naruto. Yeah.
Ana wants to stay in the apartment with her own kind, but it appears that people like her are being killed off even faster, causing Mana, Ryo, Hikawa, and Shoichi to cross paths again. A powerful unknown is here, and it's the one that Shoichi remembers from the Akatsuki. Wait, Shoichi was on the Akatsuki? Tetsuya explains to everyone in the apartment that anyone involved with the Akatsuki shares similar fate. They will all be able to transform into an Agito. Not Agito, an Agito. There are species
Agito.
that the unknown are afraid of. Something similar has awakened inside Ryo.
This is something that I liked as an explanation, but or as a revelation, but didn't like how it came to be. Because from what I remember it being, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure we'll find it in the video. Agito is like, it's almost like an energy or like state of being in a person that when they come to a certain crossroads, they come to a point in their life, they come to a point in their I'm just gonna say crossroads. They can almost evolve. Yeah, like a mutant almost. Like they're mutating or they're evolving. They're digivolving into something more than themselves. And that potential is Agito. So more people awakening to Agito is kind of like the general premise that there will be more and more people like Gills, and there will be more and more people like having powers. Was given to the people by the overlords. I don't remember the context of it. I think it was just humanity inherited Agito. I thought that's what it was. That humanity just had it. What's up, Just a Drawer?
Though Tetsuya doesn't want to give away why just yet, and frankly I don't really know why either. After a couple of fights, Hikawa witnesses Ryo de-transform, plus Ryo and Shoichi now know of each other's transformations too. They both get their misunderstandings out of the way, and Shoichi is happy that he now knows someone who can transform like him. An unknown attacks Majina, but Shoichi is too hurt physically and mentally from a previous fight. Ryo and Hikawa try to fight
as one
unknown,
does.
Though they get defeated just as fast as Shoichi, who's lost confidence in himself.
And this is where he gets the power up for him. I remember this.
Ryo wishes he was normal too, but doesn't feel sorry for himself. Shoichi should be happy that he's in a warm place and has people who worry about him. Mana makes Shoichi a salad and tries to cheer him up too. asking why Shuichi never fights for himself. He takes the salad and... Tokusatsu, when even salad needs an insert theme.
Listen, sometimes it just be like that, okay? Sometimes you just gotta hype it up. That salad never stood a chance.
Oh yeah, actually, the music. Let's get to that.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I really like this theme.
Yeah, it's really
I still have it
good.
in my top 10 favorite openings. It's mystical and laid back, but strong at the same time.
I agree.
The
I
start of
concur.
the strings with vocals coming in and then the guitar making its way to a solo. It's great.
I think it's really
There's a
good.
variation of the theme coming a bit later called the 24.7 version. I tend to prefer the originals, but this one's alright. The added guitar to the intro is an interesting choice. Our main insert theme is called Believe Yourself.
I will say, from what I remember, Agito's music in general is really good, and I have always had it stuck in my head. Ready to go, cancero, Kamen Rider Agito. I've always had that stuck in my head. It's
Not the biggest
a banger.
fan, though it gets the job done.
Yeah.
I think there's something about the theme that just doesn't make me want to listen to it after the first go round.
It's good fight music, but not the type of music that you like bang out to, you know?
Probably because I've noticed it play way more than any other non-Agito insert theme.
Yeah.
But I digress.
Understandable.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite inserts, and I don't even know why. I think it's the emotion of something. It's catchy. Years later, and I still have a tough time
I
explaining.
mean, it's just good. Like, I don't think there needs to be an explanation to it. It's just good. It's just good music. If Believe Yourself plays while I'm in a fight, I'm walking intro. Believe Yourself is one of the best insert songs for Phase 1. Listen, I'm still in Phase 1. I'll agree with that, yeah.
Why
Needs
I
more
love
butt
certain
rock?
pieces of
True.
Music. Just listen to Deep Breath. It's really good. Right, so I wanted to have a detour so I wouldn't have to talk about what happens right after the salad scene. Shuichi gets his confidence back and arrives on scene to help his fellow riders. Then Shuichi summons a new belt and transforms into Burning Agito. With it, he can defeat the unknown in one punch.
Yeah.
I will get to the suit later. On one night,
I like the idea of the suit, but I don't like the suit until the second variant of that version, I will say.
Majina and Ryo get trapped by an unknown until Mystery Man steps in.
Oh,
Majina
this
refers to
dickhead!
him as Kino, who has the ability to transform into another Agito.
I remember! Now I remember this guy. Yeah, because I remember seeing this suit and I was like, oh my god, it's like Shin, you know?
You know, I find it weird that he's officially called Kamen Rider Another Agito. It sounds almost as weird as Kamen Rider The Bee. I'm sure the intention was that he would
Not me talking about the bee earlier.
be named just Another Agito, like how Rider Man isn't Kamen Rider Rider Man, he's just Rider Man. I mean, if Kamen Rider Another Agito is so good, then where's Kamen Rider Another Agito 2? I personally prefer the name.
Wait, he's so real for that. Wait a minute, where is Kamen Rider Agito, Another Agito 2? Huh? Where's Another Agito 2, guys? What about Another Agito 3?
Agito squared. Is that not enough Agito for you?
No.
How about Agito cubed? Agito infinity? You want more Agito?
Okay, Infinity is a little too far, okay? We gotta leave that to Gavon, all right?
I think everyone's an Agito. You're an Agito. I'm an Agito. But Kino is just another Agito. Another Agito. Another Agito. Agito.
True.
Hey everyone, as always, if you liked the video, then I'd be forever grateful if you could support the channel either by leaving a like or joining as a member. You'll get some neat perks like watching videos early, being able to send in a request, and access to some secret Discord server.
We actually
stuff.
got another
Let's get back to
Agito.
it.
That's crazy. I don't remember it. I'm not Gills.
In a meeting, Hojo brings up how the police can't rely on G3X forever, especially since civilian casualties have stayed the same. Luckily,
Yeah, but it's because the unknowns are getting more dangerous and getting more crazed. You're Agito, he's Agito, I'm Agito. Are there any other Agitos I need to know about? Big G4? Absolutely. That's the answer.
Ozawa has been working on a new project, one which anyone can use, called G3 Mild. Omuto offers to test it out and Ozawa agrees. After all, anyone can use it.
Yeah.
An unknown appears
Anyone
and
can
Shuichi
use it.
fights it with Burning Form. G3X and G3 Mild are deployed, though Omuto passes out after only one punch and a helmet shot. Then G3X's batteries deplete. G3X has batteries? So Omuto replaces it with his own. Still in Burning Form, Shuichi looks towards the sun and...
This is the form I like.
becomes Agito Shining Form.
This is the one that I was talking about that I think is way better than Burning. Yeah. I like this one a lot. This one feels super unique. This is the form I think of when I think of Agito in like powered up form. So
I'll get to that in Burning Form later.
What? Wait, why do you not sound excited? Wait, I love Shining Form. Burning Form. Ooh.
Afterwards, Ozawa says that G3 Mild is getting dropped as the unknown are getting stronger, so the police require a stronger system. She does have plans for something bigger than G3X, but no one was seen in its current state.
I saw it, said it on screen, G4.
Trailer, and a woman sneaks in, ready to steal its plans.
Oh no.
Which leads us to the movie Project G4.
So I have not seen this. This is something I didn't know was canon or didn't know was to Agito specifically. This is before I started like really watching the movies. So I did watch Ryuki's movie, but I didn't watch Fai's movie because I just didn't like Fai's. And then I didn't watch anything with Blade, and I didn't watch Hibiki's either because I was like, I just wanted to be done. And then we came back to it for Kabuto. It's not canon? Oh. Well, we tried.
Houses people with superpowers, but is attacked by the unknown. Two kids are able to escape when they meet with Shoichi.
Specifically against the G4, technically not canon. Yeah, chat's saying it's not, so.
Gil's transformation. It leads to Ryo and Shoichi.
Wait, that was actually sick.
More unknowns on a harbor, when suddenly... Meet our first movie-exclusive Dark Rider of the Heisei era, Kamen Rider G4.
Nice!
Its user, Shiro Mizuki, is a stern man, playing by the rules and fighting for what he thinks is the right path for more power. Ozawa recognizes the G4 suit as the one she created, but a woman named Risa Fukami stole the plans in order to mass-produce the suit. However, a major flaw starts to make itself apparent once a horde of unknown attack their facility. During this invasion, Shoichi uses Shining Form and Ryo gains a power-up in the form of exceeded gills.
Oh, is that what you guys were talking about? That it shows up first here before it shows up in the show? Ooh. He was Kamen Rider Saga, the best part of Fai's Paradise Lost. That's the guy that speaks English, right? Yeah. But it looked like they tossed a mannequin off the copter. Don't worry about it. They're just out here living their best life, okay? They say Phase 1 Rider movies outside of Den-O and Decade aren't canon to the show. I would argue Kabuto's could be, but I don't want to spoil it in case anybody is waiting for that video. Kabuto's could be. Air quotes. I'm heavy emphasis could be. I forgot Den-O's was canon. I think at this point, people are just telling me to watch the movies anyway, so that we talk about them in the videos. So, yeah, and Kabuto's movie was bullshit. Wait, I liked the Kabuto movie. I don't think it was perfect, but I actually liked the Kabuto movie. I actually had a fun time with it. I enjoyed it. I liked my time with the Kabuto movie. But I think I'm way higher on Kabuto than a lot of other people are. Like, I give Kabuto like really high marks. It's my second favorite season. So, yeah, anyway, the Agito movie.
Meanwhile, G3X and G4 are having a battle to the death.
Why?
Leaving Hikawa helmetless and G4 showing something sinister. Much like how G3X had a powerful AI that caused Hikawa to strain himself, the G4 system has an even more powerful AI that could prove fatal if overused.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Mizuki's blind lust for power caused the G4 suit to take control entirely and leave his lifeless body to be used by the AI. That's... Oh my gosh. Well, Hikawa destroys the G4 system and we have a happy ending. The special with G3 Mild is called a new transformation. It could be considered kind of like a prologue. It gives some backstory on Shoichi's time being found on the beach along with G3 Mild's plans being groundwork for Ozawa's next project. The movie is called Project G4, and it actually isn't that bad. It's very pretty to watch and high quality, and the extra budget leads to some great action. G3X versus G4 is especially brutal. Plus, Gilza's first fight with an unknown and the fight in the harbor are gorgeous. One of the many writer trends that started with Agito is having at least one movie to supplement the season.
Yeah, and we did see that moving forward. I was talking about the seasons that I didn't watch them. So yeah, the suit snapped his neck. Wait, that's sick. Damn. G4 is the most body horror moment of all of Rider.
Along with having movie exclusive writers.
Crazy.
Antagonists that appear in these movies are usually referred to as dark writers, and I hope I don't have to explain why. G4
just dark writers in general. I guess there is in the Ryuki movie, you know. All right, was it in the movie or the series? Shit, now I can't even remember. And there was already a dark Kabuto in the show, so I guess they didn't need it for the movie. Whatever.
4 has a suit that looks a lot like G3X.
Whatever.
And that kind of makes sense. G3X being the most powerful
Ryuga was
suit
movie
so
exclusive.
far,
Okay, thank you.
The next project most likely wouldn't need much of a revision. Shiro Mizuki as a character, though...
yeah, Ryuga's the one that showed up in the movie. Okay, good. I thought I was going crazy. It has also been a while since I've seen Ryuki, so my memory is not as great. Mainly because like I'm usually juggling so many different seasons. So it's whatever season I'm currently watching in Discord, the season that I'm writing a video on, and then any of the seasons that I've made videos on in the past. Those are the things that I'm very knowledgeable of and remember a lot of. So possibly dumb question, but what age group is Kamen Rider supposed to be for? So all Kamen Rider is supposed to be for, air quotes, kids. In my head, I say it's supposed to be like young boys between like the age like 10 to like early teens. Where Super Sentai, I would say, is like anything below that. That's usually how I think about it. Obviously, that's probably not accurate, and Kamen Rider is still for all ages. But having watched a good amount of Kamen Rider and having watched a good amount of Super Sentai, Kamen Rider does feel a little bit more adult, you know? Early Phase 1 Heisei is more like young adult. Maybe that's why I'm thinking that way, because I'm still in Phase 1, you know? Although Kabuto definitely is less dark at times, or at least less viscerally violent, so I can also understand that. Any show that is not explicitly adult is for anyone who's willing to watch them. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that. I was just, if we're getting like hyper nitpicky, you know?
Give them a pass. This is the first movie we've gotten in a while, so the antagonist most likely isn't going to be a game changer, so I don't mind if he's just the general lust for power type. Plus, I think it works as a rival to Hikawa. The idea of having G4's AI just snapping your neck to take over your body is terrifying.
Yeah, it's
and I love
crazy.
It. Oh, I almost forgot the movie's ending theme. It's called Jikenda.
Ooh!
Guys,
okay.
I love Agito's vocal themes. They're not the most inspiring or hopeful sounding songs to me.
Wait, I'm kind of here for this.
The feeling of Agito as a whole.
Yeah.
Jikenda is another one of my favorite songs of the season. It's great.
Okay.
So again, the movie isn't bad. I'd even say it's worth a watch, whether you're an Agito fan or not.
Maybe we go back and watch the Agito movie at some point. At some point.
It's fun. Back to the show with episode 36.
Okay.
The Fourth Man. Another
The
Agito's
Fourth
user
Man.
is Kino Kaoru. He knows about everything that happened on the Akatsuki, but he's more focused on the now rather than the past. Currently, he's suspicious that Ryo can transform, despite not being on the Akatsuki in the first place. Kino has been gathering people with power like Majina so they can save other Akatsuki members.
And eventually transform like he can, I think is probably the idea. Yeah.
What's interesting about Kino is that he's a surgeon, so he has the morality to save people as a doctor and as an Agito. Oh, sorry. The more interesting part is that Kino isn't tied to any hospital. He's a wanderer. We're told by another doctor that Kino's license was revoked after being in an accident that took his younger brother's life.
Oh,
Kino was about to lose his right arm, but was forced to replace it with his brother's. So
I also forgot about that. What the frick?
their doctor saw him unfit to continue medical work. Shoichi's bike breaks down, so Mana arrives on her little bicycle, and Kino happens to be driving by, so he stops
I forgot.
out. Although
Basically Scar from
Mana is
FMA,
scared of him.
yeah.
Seeing visions of him in the snow with his brother, she feels something off about him. At the apartment, Majina's in the shower. His body is feeling strange, so he believes it's a sign that he's becoming an Agito. Kino tries to drown him, saying that he's the only Agito the world needs. Majina pushes him away and runs towards Ryo. Kino does want to protect humans, but only by himself. Hikawa arrives.
I have to be the Agito. I may be another Agito, but there can only be one. But if I'm another Agito and there's not another Agito, then I'm just Agito. So then it would. Oh my gosh. When he woke up, his skeleton was missing the doctor who's never heard from again. Anyway, that's how I lost my medical license.
On the scene and sees Kino untransform. However, Hikawa recognizes Kino from the Akatsuki and practically fanboys after thinking that Kino has been the Agito he's been allying with this whole time. Though that's kind of like a Sonic and Shadow the Hedgehog moment because another Agito and Shoichi's Agito looked nothing alike, but whatever. By the way...
Yeah, and it's also just a funny miscommunication thing because both Shoichi and G3 know who Gills is, but not G3 and Agito.
This is the episode where Shoichi gets Shining Form proper in the season.
Oh.
It comes out of nowhere and makes no sense, but I won't go off, I guess. Alright, you still probably want to know what I think about the suits. Well, I actually do like Burning Form's colors. It acts very beast-like, and I love that, especially coming from the mystical part of Agito. And Shining Form, I think, looks absolutely gorgeous.
Good. That's all I needed to hear. Thank you.
I love those colors, and of course it is shiny. I kind of wish Shining Form was actually the base form, but I don't think you can go further than this. Either way, I do like the suits, and I like the action that comes from them. It
really comes out of nowhere. I genuinely don't remember where it came from, except for like Burning Form made sense. Shining Form, it sounds like was literally just, hey, I'm Burning Form, now I'm Shining Form, let's go.
Really don't like how they come out in the story. And again, I won't go off, I guess.
Yeah.
After a misunderstanding, Hojo interrogates Shoichi about being an Agito, to which Shoichi immediately replies that he is. Hojo thinks he's being screwed with, so he tries hypnotizing Shoichi instead. It seems to be working as Shoichi thinks he sees a culinary school, his sister, who committed suicide. He's running late to meet with someone. He boards a ferry,
the Akatsuki,
which is about to enter a storm. Ozawa's had enough and talks with Shoichi privately. He really did mean it when he said he's Agito.
Of course he did.
Shoichi is now officially recognized by the police and is allowed to continue doing whatever it is Agitos do. Though that
is always funny to me though, because like when it was revealed who Kuga was, like he basically had to have a cop as a handler, so that way he could do stuff, you know. And then obviously there's nothing like that in other seasons because the cops can't deal with anything, or there's just not cop subplots. But it is, and then like even in Zect with Kabuto, you know. But it's funny in this specifically where like they're like, all right, you could just go back to what you were doing before. Never mind, you're fine.
I was really excited to finally see Agito's true identity. I know this is an abrupt way to say this, but I gotta bring it up. Tetsuya makes it so Majina transfers his power over to Ryo in baby form. I still don't get it. Kino starts to go even crazier and attempts to take mana. Hikawa and Shoichi try to fight him off, though Kino has gotten more powerful. And so has Ryo. He arrives on scene and properly debuts Exceeded Gills. Yeah, it's an awesome power-up.
And this one actually makes sense. You know, this one we get a contextual story reason as to it.
After Kino gets beaten up and given a stern talking to, he turns into a good guy, I guess. Here's a quick scene of Hikawa being nervous to talk to Shoichi after finding out he's Agito.
And like this is where it's like I can understand why people maybe either love or don't like Agito, because it's like I said, first half of the show that's him during the day, and then when he's Agito later, you know, that feeling is gone.
Meanwhile, Hojo investigates Kino's house due to some suspicious behavior. Inside, he finds a letter addressed to someone named Yukina. Hojo shows Mana the letter so she can do her psychic power thing.
Psychic powers.
She has a vision of a boy in black and a boy in white. We're about to reach the endgame, So it's exposition time. With
Yay!
Ryo and Hikawa officially introducing each other for the first time, our three main writers are told Kino's backstory about how he saved himself by cutting off his brother's arm, though now Shoichi wants all of them to start an Agito club. Okay, that's adorable. For the viewers, we're shown more about Tetsuya.
I love yeah, Hikawa, you've been fighting with us all this time. I guess we can make an exception and let you in too.
He killed the first Agito born into this world, that person being Yukina. So the emo guy in the hospital says it caused Tetsuya to become loyal to him, and now wants him to kill every Agito. More of Shoichi's memories return about the Akatsuki. The first time he boarded the ferry, he met a few familiar faces like Majina, but they didn't know each other at that point. The ferry floats into a storm when Shoichi finds a corpse. Panic ensues, everyone talking about their own problems, though Shoichi...
And this is like late 30s, early 40s episodes in that you're finally finding out about the Akatsuki, right? Mana is an Esper. What is this, Deca Ranger? Oh my gosh. Yeah, it is. I think at this point too, I was like, oh, we finally learned about the Akatsuki. And then like when we do, I remember it being like, I feel like I kind of knew about this already. Yeah, massive exposition dump.
She is sad that his sister committed suicide recently. He pockets an envelope when a man in white appears before him. The man says he'll awaken a power within Shoichi to save people from the unknown that's on the ferry. Shoichi transforms for the first time but ends up getting beaten up and punched off the boat. The unknown presents itself to everyone on the Akatsuki. They all have the potential to become an Agito because of the man in white being on the boat. Until their power is awakened, the unknown will spare them. Just then, Hikawa arrives to help rescue the remaining Akatsuki members.
And there we go, there's the timeline.
Shoichi had was a letter from his sister, Yukina
Hey, Night
Sawaki.
Fairy.
Kino takes a look at it, but can't read the language that's on the letter. However, Mana can with her ability.
I feel like Mana is also kind of the... not Deus Ex Machina, but it's like the same problem that I had with Maya in Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, where it's kind of just like, hey, we don't understand this alien thing. Can you do your nature thing and just understand it? And it's like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, the MacGuffin. There we go. That's the best. That's the basically a plot device. Yeah. And it's such a shame too, because like I feel like these characters could be like better used, but they kind of just get relegated to plot device. You know, do that one thing that you're good at.
Oh, there was a battle between a Lord of Light and a Lord of Darkness. The darkness won, but the light spreads the last of his power towards humans. They'll never know of this battle, but their full potential will one day awaken. Currently,
Mana
the Lord
Ex
of
Machina,
Darkness
there
is
you
in
go.
the hospital meeting with who we now know as Tetsuya Sawaki. However, this man changed his name after Shoichi took his letter and his identity by accident. Although I'll keep calling them Tetsuya and Shoichi respectively to avoid confusion.
Yeah.
Tetsuya was Yukina's boyfriend until she committed suicide. Oh, you probably want to know about Mana's vision of Shoichi and her father meeting. Well, I think I'll leave that for you to find out on your own.
What?
It connects a couple of people together in a way that I want you to be surprised by.
I actually don't remember what happens. Obviously Agito doesn't kill him, but I don't remember. I'm gonna be so real. Mana is also an Agito. Yeah, because it's just people have like the potential to awaken to it. To the wiki, I just don't remember. I'm not gonna look it up. If it's not crucial to the story as it is right now, as Markusatsu is explaining it, then we just go from there. I just straight up don't remember.
The Lord of Darkness makes his move. He steps out of the hospital and is preparing to take back Agito's power. One by one, he takes on Kino, Ryo, and even Shoichi to steal their ability to transform. However, G3X is a man-made machine created to help humanity, so with Hikawa's help, Shoichi goes through the Lord of Darkness's barrier and literally punches God in the face.
Damn right!
Their powers. At the apartment, Majina tells Kino his dream of wanting to become a doctor, just like him. Kino smiles, and so does Ryo, until he realizes that Kino Kaoru has stopped moving. So one of my many criticisms of the season
Kino's just dead
is
there?
the pacing. I'm not going to go on forever like I did in a previous version of this video, But I think my point is still valid.
Yeah,
I'm
damn.
personally invested in characters like Ryo and Kino. Shoichi and Hikawa are fine protagonists for sure. Even Mana and Hojo are fine enough people to follow around and be interested in. I like how Mana ties into the story without events seeming too convenient. The weird feeling I get is that you'd kinda expect the main villain to be facing off against our heroes directly in these last few episodes.
But they're still not. And I do remember that being a big complaint that I had too, that for the entirety of the series, you kind of know who the main villain is, and then they're just not present. Ironically, watching Deca Ranger and having a similar feeling, but like not caring because the individual plots within the episodes are still entertaining. You know?
Instead, we get a flash forward to a month later. The Lord of Darkness nor his unknowns have appeared, so the police decide to disband the G3 team. Ryo decides to get a part-time job, and Shoichi becomes a chef through some connections. The Lord of Darkness has been building up revenge to destroy humanity and start over.
He's just chilling.
Then the writers group up to kill God. And one of the most I get it moments ever from the show, the Lord of Darkness says that he doesn't understand humans. He revived Tetsuya to kill Agitos, but instead was betrayed. A leaf falls. The Lord of Darkness disappears and Tetsuya dies for real.
Wow. I wonder what the symmetry of that leaf was, you know?
1 year later, Omuro trains...
Also, I hate these time skips in Kamen Rider. I feel like they happen all the time in like the later parts of the seasons. There's so much stuff that could happen. When the show is over, like the big bad's been defeated, like everything's over, and it's like, hey, skip forward 6 months after the final battle's done. Those I'm okay with. But if it's like things are still happening, why are we skipping time? This stuff's important.
A new G5 unit. Hikawa is
G5!
a detective. Ozawa is a professor in London and might be falling for Hojo. Majina becomes Mana's tutor. Ryo rides off into the sunset with a puppy. And Shoichi is the head cook of his own restaurant called the Agito. Thank you, TV Nihon, for subbing this awesome series. Oh, but wait.
Wait, but what about the fight? Wasn't there supposed to be a fight?
You want to know the backstory of the unknowns, right? Well, about that.
There isn't one.
In the beginning, there was Teos, the overlord of darkness.
Oh, there we go.
He created 7 archangels, the Muraku, and the earth. Teos created animals in the image of the Muraku, and he created humans in the image of himself. And the world was good. It was a paradise. As time passed, humans populated the earth. Since humans were created in the image of Teos, they began to believe that they were superior to Teos' archangels. Humans began to eat and enslave animals, which were created in the image of the Muraku.
Oh.
Enraged by the humans' actions, the archangels told Teos that they will not bow down to humans, and eventually will kill them all.
Oh, there we
Teos
go.
did not allow this, but the angels attacked anyway. A war broke out between the Muraku and the humans. One of Teos' archangels, called Promes, sympathized with the humans and betrayed the other archangels. Promes fell in love with a human and had a child. This
There we
child
go.
grew up to be called Gills, and would lead humans into war against the Muraku.
And I'm assuming this is where
The war ended
Agito
with
comes
the
from.
Muraku victorious. In his dying breath, Promes gave his power to the humans. This power would allow them to transform into Agito, a powerful warrior. The archangels wanted to completely wipe out all humans. The angels.
This is
flooded
music,
the earth
though. Hold on a
with waves,
second.
But Teos created an ark that spared some humans and animals. "Why have you saved these humans?" asked the angels. "You have sinned, and so have I," replied Teos. And with this, Teos, along with his angels, were sealed away until humans were able to obey Teos once again. The Ark opened. The humans were led by Agito and G3 so that they could populate the Earth once more. G3 was a symbol that humans would one day be able to create weapons
G3 was a symbol, okay?
and fight for themselves. Agito was a symbol
Where did G3 come from? G3's a machine, huh?
that maybe one day humans and Agito could live in peace. But before the war between Muraku and humans, there was one human tribe that called for help from the Lords. The Lords would deliver a man named Riku, who was given the power to transform into a warrior called Kuga.
Oh,
That is a story for another day.
and there's the connection to Kuga.
For those who don't know, this video is a remake of my previous History of Agito. Much like
Okay.
History of Kuga, I rewrote the script and edited from the ground up. I remade them, and hopefully Ryuki, due to feeling outdated.
Sure, totally makes sense. This is what pisses me off so much, because this is such a cool backstory, but they don't do anything with it and instead focus on a mystery that went on for too long. And the Akatsuki ship, yeah. And then there's just no final fight or anything like that, right? It's just everybody kind of just moves on with their lives. Ooh. Riku from Kingdom Hearts.
Not being the quality I liked, and to avoid content ID that Toei loves to look at my channel for.
Always.
I often bring up how opinions change over time, and that's not much more blatant than revisits of older seasons. Before, I tried a bit too hard at some parts as I was still searching for my own niche. In the present day, I'm definitely going to be more fair with this review. I've been pushing myself for more positivity, so let's start with one negative and the rest will be...
God just dips out, no final fight. Yeah, I didn't remember. I thought there was at least like a final confrontation that then just time skipped past it. But I guess not. Damn, that's terrible. I got my mom into Kamen Rider with Gov. And now she's decided that she wants to check out Drive. Hey, nice. There you go.
Good critiques. To me, Agito has one main fatal flaw that breaks the season of all enjoyment I had. Timing. The timing of when certain events happen just feel... wrong.
Yeah.
Kuga had a slow pace, but it was enjoyable throughout since the timing of its own events were consistent. Agito feels like it only has a very small handful of events with nothing of interest in between to keep me invested.
I mean, he did skip forward like 20-something episodes after 7 minutes, so it makes sense. And it's honestly, this is pretty much what I remember happening in Agito as well.
Timing of those events happened almost too close together, so now it feels as if 3/4 of the season were one big dull moment. The main event...
Yeah, like the whole amnesia plot with Shuichi.
I'm talking about is the exposition of basically everything being explained when it's too late. The Akatsuki incident was fine when it got explained, but...
Yeah, but like we had already kind of known everything up until that point, but then like all the extra stuff that comes after it, it's like, brother, we've already heard this, like we know already, this is not our big revelation.
Bring Kino in during the last third, the reveal of who the Lord of Darkness is, Shoichi's and Tetsuya's true backstories, more Agito starting to appear, Hojo and the police investigations getting more complex, the G3 teams getting their own side plot about Hikawa leaving, the last 4 episodes centering on Shoichi and Ryo's relationship getting sour due to some unknowns. It's just too much that should have been spread around the whole season.
Yeah.
Not the last third. I'm not saying it's too complex for me to understand. I'm saying that Agito didn't know what to do until near the end, which of course isn't a good thing. The story being told this way seemed like it was being bloated for the sake of it. Considering the main writer of the season is Toshiki Inoue,
Wait, this is an Inoue season? Oh. Inoue strikes again! There's no way. Dude, I didn't know. No, I didn't know. I never know when Inoue is involved. Just like I didn't know that he was the main writer in Jetman. And then I didn't know that until after I already didn't like Faiz. And then someone pointed it out and they're like, maybe you just don't like Inoue. And I was like, oh, maybe. And then they pointed out that Inoue was the main writer for the second half of Hibiki after they make all the massive changes. And I'm like, apparently I just don't like Inoue's writing. Apparently I just don't like his writing. What do you think Gil's gets thrown into the water so much? Oh, you know what? Now it makes sense.
I think the problem becomes more apparent. He can write some pretty good love stories and tragic characters like he did with Jetman. I can praise...
Ooh, I disagree there. I like some of Jetman's ideas. I do not like the execution of the love stories. No, thank you.
Writing for characters like Tetsuya, Kino, and Ryo, but the day-to-day stories are another thing. Besides,
Jumpman, that's
praise
funny.
Ryo for it because his actor is yet another thing I won't go into. Inoue will later go on to write a couple future writer seasons, and those are quite good in my opinion. Well, one of them is at least. For legal purposes, that is a joke. Please do not comment saying that you
Which season is it, Marco Satsu? Which season do you like?
absolutely loved
Inoue's also the head writer for Dawn Brothers. Oh, okay.
the other season, so I'm wrong for it automatically. I get it. Of course, I'm not putting all the blame on Inoue himself. Making a show has a lot of components to it, especially behind the scenes when we probably won't know about them. Inoue still has to get the approval and okay from the higher-ups to say, yeah, this is the story we'll follow up with. Although the story they did follow up with is, didn't like it. The last thing I'll say about the timing are the power-ups that seemingly come out of nowhere. Like I said, Burning and Shining Form are gorgeous suits. I love them, but how they appear is just wrong.
Well, Burning Form I kind of get. Shining Form, though, I understand, is just kind of out of nowhere. But that's also how I felt about... Wait, surprise, it's Inoue again. It's how I felt about Armed Hibiki and in Hibiki, because Hibiki Shakunetsu was trained for the entire season, then boom, power up. And then, like 3 episodes later, they're like, here's the armed sword. Hibiki Soko, go. And it's like, what? Brother, what are you talking about? What about Hibiki Shakunetsu? What happened?
Burning is acquired when Shoichi starts finding more confident in himself. Yeah, alright, sure, I'll give that a pass. It fits his story and he earned it, even if I think it was at the wrong time. Shining Form, however, why? You could say that it was earned because it's growth and it's cool to just have a power-up without needing a big arc for it.
No. Listen, I'm with you, Marcus Satsu. I agree with you. I hate those kinds of power-ups because it's like the problem that like Super Megaforce has, where they kind of just give power-ups out like candy, you know, or Megaforce in general. So,
to which I say, it came 2 episodes after Burning, and those episodes didn't have Shoichi doing much in the first place.
Yeah.
Want to know how he got Shining? He stood outside. I've said before that I can be
like
objective, but I do have biases that just come naturally with growing up.
It's okay. I do too. I'm definitely super biased in all the shit and smack talk that I do on Fies.
While I do like how modern Kamen Rider tells their stories, I appreciate what comes with older seasons, whether it's certain cinematic techniques, the more slower dramatic pacing, and yes, that even includes some rather outdated ideas. I'm fine with all of that. It's what comes with the territory.
The ultimate power
and
vitamin D.
Myself into. For subjectivity, I don't think Agito tells a story all that well.
I mean, I agree. I literally talked about it like going in. What I remembered that the first half of the show was nothing happening because it was amnesia, and then the rest of the show was trying to figure out what happened on the Akatsuki, which is also something I remember. And then that's it, and that's Agito.
Normally, that wouldn't matter if great characters can balance that out. The problem is that Agito does want to tell a story. It's blatantly obvious with how much the Akatsuki mystery is brought up and how characters are seemingly trying to do
the mystery investigation
some semblance
work.
Of a continuing arc is happening. But the key phrase...
Wait, that's actually crazy to think about? Wait. I'm connecting the dots here. They took so much from Agito and put it into Fies, with all the students looking into what happened with the class. Like Kusaka's class? Like all those people? All the students? Oh my god, it's literally the same thing. It's just that they were investigating a different incident. Inoue! It's the same story! Wait, that's so funny.
Here is, it doesn't matter. I mean that in several ways, actually. For one, it didn't matter to Shoichi whether he found answers or not, even with his memories back. He was like, that's cool, now back to cooking.
Yeah.
When everyone else finally figured out what happened with the Akatsuki, it was more like, okay, back to fighting the lords. Then that feeling gets transferred over to me. Okay, that's fine. Now I feel like my time was wasted since it feels like it didn't matter.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest and hardest thing to balance. And I was actually, ironically, while writing the Kabuto video script, I started talking about this kind of aspect of when you have too many like grunts or meaningless fights, the things start to struggle to feel important and can sometimes feel more like a chore or something that is an annoyance rather than an actual looming threat. And ironically, I think this is actually something that Kabuto handles nicely, because every time it almost starts to feel boring, they introduce like a new threat or a new focal point of antagonistic energy. So like it's between like first it's Yaguruma, and then it's, you know, Kageyama's a piece of shit, Drake is an enemy for a little bit. Like there's a ton of different stuff like that. But Agito, it literally is just beat this dude, okay, back to whatever. Beat this dude back to whatever. So G3 getting bodied in every appearance before the upgrade. That's also bad too, but I kind of assumed it was to show the difference in power between Agito and G3. It is disappointing though. I complained about that in Aba Ranger with Asuka, Abare Black, getting bodied all the time, especially in episodes that were themed around him. Imagine he's discovering his past as the catalyst for burning form to be upgraded to shining form, because now he has to be enlightened. Yeah, like shining a light on that. Yeah. Anyway, stories are more often about a vibe. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Yeah.
Kamen Rider Agito has the highest viewer rating out of any other Heisei Rider season with an 11.67%. Of course.
What? Wait, Agito was viewed that much? I didn't know Agito was like, it's the most viewed Kamen. Wait, hold on. Let me listen to that again.
Out of any other Heisei, feels like it didn't matter. Kamen Rider Agito has the highest viewer rating out of any other Heisei Rider season with an 11.67%.
Wait, that is insane. Watched more than Ryuki, watched more than Kuga, watched more than Blade, watched more than Kabuto? What? Wait, that's insane. Viewer rating, not just views. Yeah. Wait, but that's crazy. Maybe that's why. I mean, more recently, I've been seeing it on social media. More people have been clamoring and talking about Agito. Like Orange Range made the freaking song that they did about Kamen Rider Agito. You know? I think someone made a chart. I guess. Holy crap. Also, secondary riders becoming punching bags is kind of a trope. It is something that I've realized. Unless it's Ryuki, in which I felt Kamen Rider Knight was almost the main character sometimes, because it felt like they got beat up less than Ryuki did. But I digress.
Of course, that's because the early 2000s were a different time. Declining ratings in the modern day is mostly attributed to the switch to digital media and streaming, rather than waking up early on Sunday morning.
But that literally just means that Kuga was such a massive success that more people watched Agito. Does that mean that Agito, it was a success, but like people didn't like what they saw, so then they watched Ryuki and didn't keep it going? And I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
However, numbers and any kind of margin must mean something.
Has to.
Obviously, I didn't grow up in Japan to know the early 2000s culture, so I can only speculate about what I found at the time.
Yeah,
Mothers tuned in to watch Kuga simply for Joe Origiri.
Makes sense.
Which led to more emphasis on handsome men as part of the main cast.
Okay.
Yeah, Showa era had handsome men too, but there was more of a focus here. Now, I don't normally point fingers at bad acting because for the most part, Tokusatsu is a starting point for most actors, so I can cut them some slack.
Okay.
However, I could tell a bit more than before that some of the acting here is, well, I think you'll get what I'm saying. Although some of the viewership can still be attributed to the main cast like before. Older viewers did like the drama too, as there was a lot more individual character conflict here than in Kuga. Kids would enjoy Agito because they got to see the writer have some nice action in each episode.
That's fair.
Even
That's
if
fair.
Sometimes it felt out of place. Currently, I do know people who enjoy Agito for all those reasons and more. Sometimes I feel like nostalgia plays into that.
I think nostalgia is probably the key factor here, but it's like, it's crazy to hear about how popular it is. And I do see Rivali, you saying that it's like how RE4 is critically acclaimed, but RE5 made more money. So did RE6. RE6 at the time was the highest selling Resident Evil of all time when RE6 came out. And look how universally RE6 is disliked and hated. You know? I don't know if it's like that in this case though, because this is viewer ratings, not just viewership. People like enjoyed it, which is, you know, that's crazy. I think it's why Ryuki went for sheer amount of riders. Could be. I knew Ryuki was disliked at the time for all its changes. 13 riders, a focus on riders fighting riders, the card gimmick. Oh, maybe that's why I liked it. because I liked those changes. I liked the attempt at doing something new. The ratings just surely went down towards Kiva, and then it peaked again at double. But I guess never reached the same during the Heisei era. Just never reached the same peak that they did with Agito. That's crazy.
I won't get into nostalgia or recency bias, but there are just a couple of other reasons to enjoy the show. I'm emphasizing they're not the only reasons, just more to think about. Now for some positivity.
Okay.
The characters are awesome. The G3 team are part of Sol, the squad of anti-unidentified life forms.
I like that.
And I love each one. Hikawa isn't in Ichijo 2.0, but dang it, he tries, and that's good enough for me.
That's good enough for me. I think he stands out as kind of his own character. Because he does definitely lean into some of the himbo vibes and like, I'm gonna do the right thing and be the hero kind of thing. Where I think the relationship with Ichijo and Yusuke was very different than how, you know, Hikawa and Shuichi had in Agito. It's a very different relationship. It's a very different feeling. I liked him. I liked Hikawa.
The G3X arc is one of my favorites because despite getting it, the arc isn't over as Hikawa has to continue training or else the AI will take over. That's amazing. And a way that arc continues into Project G4 when Hikawa has to decide to fight for himself when discussing the possibilities of G4.
Yeah.
Amuro's a bit of a goofball, but he has his heart in the right.
So God gave them mech suits to fight angels. So it's one of the angels betrayed. So God made angels and the humans, and then also made animals in the vision of the angels. The humans started enslaving and eating the animals, and we're basically telling the angels like, hey, if we did this to them, like, you guys, you know, we're not going to listen to you anymore. The angels started, you know, they fought the humans. One of the angels betrayed the other angels and then gave humans the power of Agito to kind of fight back. But they did lose, and then, you know, we flash forward a bunch of years. The part where like God comes in is kind of like, I don't know. It just seems needlessly overly complicated and not explored at all in the show for no reason.
Please. I would have liked it if there was more of him, though he works fine enough as a member of the team. Ozawa is great. I wish she was the designated rider girl over Mon.
My understanding is that G3 represented how humanity was moving past the need for the overlords and the power of Agito. It's confusing. Well, in our defense, fried chicken is hella... Wait, you're right.
But that's alright. Ozawa
Wait, what did he say?
I wish she was the designated rider girl over Mana, but that's alright. Ozawa gets a lot of screen time and definitely feels like an integral part of the team.
Yeah.
Now, outside of creating weapons for them, of course. Kino Kaoru could have been better. He did come a bit too late into the story, and he goes insane literally the episode after he makes his debut.
Yeah.
If he hung around earlier and was given more hints into his backstory, then his turn would have been more impactful for me. I do like him though, and his story is still sad. I didn't want to see him go, though this won't be the last time he'll appear within this franchise. Man, I really wish I could say more about him, but coming in so late to the story hurts his character a lot more than it should have. He's there as a cool guy, then goes crazy as soon as he's introduced.
Yeah.
And he's gone.
It is definitely a trope that I've seen a lot in some Sentai shows. I've seen it in Kamen Rider before. They'll introduce a character, they wrap up their plot really, really fast before giving them time to actually breathe and do anything that meaningful in the show. It's super frustrating when that kind of thing happens. So, Mono's actor does get a more famous role in a future season. Ooh, okay.
All right. Still, Kino's pretty Kino. Rio would have been one of my favorite writers ever, if not for personal reasons. His tragic story is just so heart-wrenching, and that's compared to every other sad character that Anui will write. Well, I say sad, but Rio pushes anyway, making him commendable. Despite everything he's lost...
I might need some context there if you guys know what he's talking about, but, I mean, we go from here.
He accepts his fate and continues fighting alongside Shoichi to defeat the unknown. There's a bit of Jekyll and Hyde to him as he unleashes gills to go ballistic during fights.
Yeah.
Then the human side of Rio...
I think he said something about the actor. It could be something actor related. Oh, I understand. I get it.
So investigates the Akatsuki incident on his own with empathy towards those that were affected. I also think it's cute how Mana casually goes over to his apartment to ask for help when Shoichi is in trouble and he's like, again? Fine. I love that. Speaking of Mana, she's good. I mean, she's around a lot more than I expected and even has a handful of episodes centered on her
The
story.
salad eating.
Again, I'll leave those for you to watch. She's a big part of the mystery and she helps out Shuichi quite a bit. Mana is usually the one to have Shuichi along to search for the incident's clues and she pushes him to be better.
Those are the parts where I was a little frustrated because it felt like a lot of the time, instead of doing proper investigatory work, it was, here we are. I wonder what happened. Touch something, get a vision. Like, if you just get all the answers given to you, it kind of starts like losing its luster. Or like even as viewers, like there's no sense of mystery because it's, okay, wait for Mana to touch this thing. That was something that I also really didn't like because the Akatsuki mystery was cool, but it felt like we kept getting force-fed answers.
Whether there's a smile on her face or not, Mana is there to help. And luckily, her actress will appear in Kamen Rider again soon.
Ooh.
Shuichi might be my least favorite of our main group of writers in Agito.
I mean... Yeah.
But I don't think he's bad. He's almost literally a blank slate and then grows as we learn more about him. Amnesia may be one of the most overused tropes out there, and Agito doesn't add anything substantial to it, but Shuichi being naive is one reason that makes me enjoy him. In some ways, he's more of a Gary Stu than a certain other main protagonist, though
Gary
Shuichi's
Stu
naivety is what makes him stand out. He's very helpful and, of course, heroic, along with having some quirks like that fish thing that I still don't understand.
I don't understand it either, but I don't dislike Shuichi as a character, but he definitely does at times feel like he is just there. And like I said, my biggest complaint about him as a character is the first half of the show, he basically is not actually himself, because anytime he wants to get into a fight as Agito, he's subconsciously doing it rather than actively doing it, and it gets boring. And the fact that it took half the show for him to regain any of his memories was insane.
You know what? The more I think about it, I think I do like Shuichi. He's certainly not in my top 5 or even top 10, but he's still great. Can I also say that Shuichi having a restaurant is a fantastic character arc for him? I love that. Did I talk enough? I think it's been an hour. Let's get into my final thoughts.
It's been 48 minutes. He's talking about Kabuto? Oh, who are they in Kabuto? Agito.
Looking back, this season wasn't as bad as I remember. While I think the storytelling is abysmal, the characters made up a lot of it for me.
Sure.
The action is still on par and the journey to the end might be a bit rough, but it's not the worst thing ever.
Man.
In the end, I just feel more neutral. To me, Kamen Rider Agito is just okay.
Yeah.
Though slightly leaning towards negative. With all that being said, I'll see you guys next time when we try to fight to survive with Kamen Rider Ryuki.
Yippee!
Tatakai.
Oh, he said Tatakai. Oh. Ooh. Our choose your ending rider. Oh, hi, Ichigo. Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it's not Ichigo. That's Segata Sanshiro. Come on, guys. Come on. Whip. All right, so when it comes to Agito, I feel like Marco Satsu and I are way more on the same page this time than we were on Kuga. Because like, as I remembered liking Kuga way more than they put in the video. That in Trinity wasn't even brought up. It was mentioned like once. Was that Hongo Takashi's actor? It was. Yeah. Also, the monsters are hot AF in Agito. Yeah. It was like a passing of the torch. Yeah. No, Agito is not its 30th anniversary. It's 25th anniversary. Yeah, I mean, I don't think my opinion on Agito is changing at all. Having watched this, it feels pretty much the same as I remembered. The only few things is like just small, minute details that I had forgotten. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the biggest thing, is that the story really dragged down Agito, and it had a lot of really cool ideas that it just didn't explore, and instead decided to do other things that weren't nearly as fun. Wild Thing, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. We just finished the video. We're kind of just yapping now that we finished it. So Yeah, I think we all just collectively feel the same way. Just shrug. Yeah, because it's like the show isn't bad. I definitely don't think it's like abysmally unwatchable or anything like that. It just definitely feels like it could have been better. I had fun during it. The music's a banger. Like, there's good things about it. The music's banging. The monster designs are fantastic. The suit designs for the riders themselves, I think, look great. There's a lot of really good things to enjoy about Agito, and I can see why people have fond childhood memories about it. You know? Oh, it was the 30th anniversary series of Kamen Rider. Oh, maybe that's why a ton of people were watching it too then. Oh, that would make sense. That would make sense. Definitely not a binge in one go season. Agito was definitely a long watch for me. Kuga I finished in like a week or two. I binged the hell out of Kuga, but it was also my first Heisei era show. So Ryuki I also remember going pretty crazy on. I'm not gonna lie. Fies took me a long time to finish. Blade I had to pause because I tried to watch it right after Fies and I stalled because of how like the ick of Fies was still in my mouth. Oh my gosh. But all in all, I think I pretty much agree with Marcus Satsu on this video. I'm glad because it sounds like we had a lot of the same gripe points and charm points for the series itself. Blade is the weird first half, meme worthy, second half is amazing. I don't know if I agree with that. However, I will say that there are definitely meme-worthy bits in both. I 100% agree with you. There are meme-worthy bits, but I don't know if I would say it's as cut and dry as first half is weird meme, second half is amazing. So, legendary standing there menacingly meme. Yeah, I did like that one. I'm generalizing a bit. Yeah. I mean, there's the stuff with, I forget their name. Riangle? The freaking, the last rider on the team is just atrociously terrible and like the worst part of the show. But ironically, it's just, I like didn't care because I just enjoyed all the other riders so much. Yeah, the spider guy. Yeah. So, no, I mean, I really enjoyed Blade. Blade is my number 2. It's Kuga, Blade, and then... Oh, sorry. Blade is my number 3. Kuga, Kabuto, Blade. Hey, not just such a nice suit. Yeah. As my first exposure to Kamen Rider, it felt kind of weak. Like, I don't think it makes me want to watch more seasons. Well, I mean, we've also all agreed that, yeah, this was like a 7 out of 10 season. So, definitely not one to, I think, write home about. I'm a bit biased in liking Ryuki, I guess. I really liked it, but I had also seen like a bunch of other Kamen Rider seasons to this point. So like I'd seen Ichigo V3X, Black RX, Kuga, Agito. So by the time that I got to Ryuki, I was kind of like, all right, I want something new. I want something different. I've seen 7 seasons already. So they hit me with that different aspect in Ryuki. And I was like, oh, wait, okay. Wait, I'm kind of feeling this. You know, very different. I like Ryuki a lot too. The biggest thing I will say that I dislike about Ryuki is the ear-shattering sound effect that they use for when monsters are near. That is inexcusable. I don't know why they thought that was the thing to do. That sound effect hurts my ears, man. Even just thinking about the sound. Yeah, the mirror world sounds. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's because it happens multiple times every episode. Ryuki was my first season. I'm forever thankful that I watched it. I think Ryuki's great. He's my mom's voice. That's crazy. Lego had so much potential. It's just mid-sucky. Yeah. Definitely the weakest part of the show. And despite that, I still think Blade is really, really good. It's weird. I see everyone hate that noise, but I don't mind the mirror noise. I think it's just because it physically hurt my ears. Like I had a physical, visceral reaction to it. Ryuki's penultimate episode will make any grown man weep. I will say, the reason why Ryuki is not in a top 3 season for me is the last couple of episodes. I think the big 1 episode and I don't want to spoil it because I'm sure there are people in here that now want to watch Ryuki. I think Ryuki was a banger. Throughout so much of Ryuki had great ideas. I really dislike the ending for Ryuki, and I did not like the alternate ending for the movie either. So I cried, not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, if we're thinking about the same part, me too. It hit me too. But then immediately after that, I was like, no! Oh my gosh. And it only gets weirder. Yeah, yeah. I like the ending. I think it works with the story and how the villain was set up. We might have to wait until we get back into it. Because again, just like with Agito, it could be I just don't remember. I could have a different opinion as we roll up on it. Like Markusatsu says, opinions change. You know, Zio used to be one of my favorite seasons for Power Rangers. Now it's not. Now Zio is not one of my favorite seasons. So, but all right, guys, that is going to do it for me tonight. I will be back tomorrow at 9 p.m. CST, 7 p.m. PST. We're going to be playing Five Nights at Freddy's 4. We're going to be or for the fourth time. So I'm very excited for that. Something to look forward to when we watch the Ryuki vid. Yeah, and like I said, I'm going to try and more consistently do some sort of Toku or Power Rangers related content either weekly or bi-weekly from now on. That way we can kind of keep that feeling going. What about O-Ranger, though? I give O-Ranger a lot of slack because of the situation they found themselves in. You know what I mean? I give them a lot of slack for that one, but I did not dislike O-Ranger is probably the best way of putting it. So, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and raid into... Let's go send some hype and some love over to Ewick, who is starting Danganronpa 2 tonight. Danganronpa is one of the series that I really, really enjoy. I wanted to play it on stream, but I kind of just haven't had the time to like sit down and play it again. I'm very excited for 2x2 to come out, which I think is going to be super fun. I'm really excited to see how the story changes. But they just experienced and finished Danganronpa 1 for the first time. And if you guys aren't familiar with Ewick, they played Derek in District V. They were the mechanic that was always fixing my car. We were pretty good friends. And they were also here on the Slay the Spire 2 team. We were working together to try and finish it. So, all right. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. New stream tomorrow, 9 p.m. CST. New audio roleplay ASMR coming out on Sunday. This one's with Rikami. Definitely look forward to it. And I don't think I have anything else. I think we're just big chilling now. Guys, use that first raid command if you're a sub. Use that secondary raid command if you're not a sub and you still want to participate. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Join the Discord. Goodbye.